system works on offense, and we'll be able to see them make those real-time adjustments. So you're right. It is more about getting stuff on film and, quite honestly, being able to take out some aggression on an opponent.
And one of the things that I heard so much from players and coaches, can't wait to put the pads on. Okay, they've had the pads on for a while. Now they actually get to hit and tackle. That's what these guys are really looking forward to.
Yeah, while also staying safe, right? But making sure that you can finish through the play, because even when they're hitting and tackling, you can tell at practice they're taking care of each other. Heck, we have seen that on Hard Knocks. The importance that is placed on making sure that, well, you can tell, but you can't actually take somebody all the way to the ground. So the actual finish and the effort. Remember, coach is looking for relentless effort, right? And there are ways that they track this when they look at film. They want to see a number of guys at the ball when the tackle is made. They want to see finishing all the way through the play, stuff that you can kind of do in practice, but that will really show up tonight.
You know, for all of its complexity, the National Football League is so much about running, hitting, tackling, just the things that you learn when you're a little kid growing up playing junior football, and these guys have taken it to the ultimate level as Super Bowl champions. We'll see how much running and how much hitting and who does the hitting more when we come back. Pre-game festivities just about over. We're going to tee it up and kick it off for the first preseason contest of the 2026 season for your Seattle Seahawks. It's the Seahawks and the Denver, make that the Dallas Cowboys, when we come back on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
X-Plan pricing is for everyone, and that means friends and family pricing continues for every customer at Butler Ford. Lease a new Crew Cab F-150, $299 per month, or buy one with zero down, zero payments, up to 120 days. Butler Ford, where big is best, so forget the rest.
Butler's got your truck, man.
On approved credit, not all will qualify, plus tax, title, license, and $215 title and registration processing fee. 36 months, $89.95 due, 10,000 miles per month through FMC, $27.77 per thousand. Excludes Raptor and Raptor R. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
The ring that doesn't fit anymore. The necklace with a broken clasp. The bracelet sitting in a drawer because it just needs a little love. Bring it to Root Jewelers. Our expert jewelers handle every repair right here in-house. Ring resizing, stone replacement, polishing, clasp repair, and every job is done in 3 weeks or less. No matter where you bought it, we will fix it. Stop in for a free estimate while you shop. Root Jewelers at the Diamond Corner in downtown Medford.
Do you or someone you know have dentures that slip or slide around, making it hard to talk or eat? I'm Dr. Bradshaw from Premier Care Dental. A loose or poor-fitting denture can impact many areas of your life. Modern dentistry provides many solutions. We invite you to come and see how those solutions can help you.
At Premier Care Dental, we make it easy. We offer complimentary consultations on dentures to repair or correct any developing issues. You will get an evaluation and a recommendation personalized to your needs. Your treatments will be at a price that is affordable for you without compromising on quality. Mention this radio ad and you will receive your first implant for $9.90 or your first crown for $7.90. Restrictions apply and all promotions depend upon your clinical exam. Do you have missing, failing, hurting, or broken teeth? Call us today. We work with most insurance providers. Insurance a problem? We offer our own in-house savings plan. Ask about our new finance options. Premier Care Dental has 4 locations to serve you: Ashland, Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls. Call us today, 541-200-6747, and at premiercaredental.com.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, just what the country needs.
Save up to 50% off feed now through August 16th. Shop this weekend at Coastal and get a free large bag of poultry feed when you buy 3. From trusted brands like Purina, Nutrina, and Country Companion. Stock up now and take advantage of unbeatable savings on top quality feed. Like $10 off 40-pound bags of select Loyal Life dog food and $3 off Haystack Farm and Feeds alfalfa pellets or special blend pellets. Ready for fresh eggs? Pre-order chicks now at coastalcountry.com. At Coastal, we know every dollar counts. That's why if you find a lower advertised price on an identical item, we'll match it with our best price guarantee. Whatever your pets and livestock need, you'll find the best brands and the best prices this weekend at your local Coastal.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, just what the country needs.
This weekend, help your dollars go further during the truckload feed sale.
96.1, 580 The Game, KTMT 580 AM, and K241CA 96.1 FM Ashland.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest. The Seahawks win
from Lumen Field. Your Seattle Seahawks face the Dallas Cowboys. Seahawks football is brought to you by Lumen, the trusted network for AI. Beacon Plumbing. Stop freaking, all Beacon. And Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Seahawks official medical services provider. Now, here's the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
We never get tired of hearing those words, the Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champions. But now it's time to move on. The 2026 season is almost upon us. Preseason is here. And the Seahawks are facing off tonight in their opener here at Lumen Field. The 12s are in attendance. The Dallas Cowboys on the far sidelines. And the Seahawks, dressed all in blue, helmets, jerseys, and pants, are getting set. A lot of young guys are going to get a chance to play a lot of plays tonight, along with Jen Mueller down on the sidelines, Dave Wyman, Jeff Schaefer, our guest in the booth today, from television, movies, producer, writer, director, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld, all the rest. Dave and I are just sort of schmucks when it comes to what you do, young man. But thank you for being here with us.
This is a Bring Your Fan to Work Day. I'm loving it. And you know what? I want to see what Coach McDonald wants to see, which is effort. He said effort and excitement. He said, I want to see the pile getting pushed back. I want to see that running back getting pushed back. And then he said something I've never heard before. He said, I want to get a lot of celebration penalties. And I was like, okay. So anyway, I gifted everyone on the team a Terrell Owens Sharpie for their socks.
Dave,
there you go.
You played in a lot of first preseason games. What was your feeling in those days?
Oh, I was just excited to hit, you know, they used to say fresh meat.
Yeah.
You know, you got to tackle all the way down. You tackle with a little bit more aggression because, you know, with you're playing with your teammates pretty much, and sometimes they would have like scrimmages that were, you know, sort of in quotation marks live, but it's never like going against another team. So that's the thing. You get a chance to, you know, just get new players, new look. You're tired of like playing against the same offense in practice, and you finally get to get rid of some of that aggression that's kind of built up during camp.
Let me give you a sense for what's going on here this evening as the captains are just about set to head out to the field, and we'll let you know that heading out to the center of the field tonight's captains brought to you by Columbia Bank. And those captains for the Seahawks are DeMarcus Lawrence, Chris Stoll, and Drew Lock, the quarterback who's going to see much of the action tonight. We do not plan to see Sam Darnold. The captains are at the center of the field. Our official tonight is Alex Moore, although they are in first game mode as well. They're going to be trading hats at the second half. We'll tell you all about that. But for now, here's Alex Moore.
Dallas, you are the visiting team. This is heads, tails. Tails, heads. What is your call? Tails is your call. It is tails. Dallas is going to toss and elected to defer their option to the second half. Seattle will receive on this end.
So that means the Seahawks will be receiving in the south end zone, heading northbound. We head down to the field. Jen Mueller chatting with the head coach, Mike McDonald.
Coach, we know that you're using your quarterbacks a little bit differently today. Why the change in philosophy?
Well, I think both guys deserve a chance to get out there early. You know, I think both have had a great camp. But really, it's just to get Jalen some looks earlier in games rather than just close the game. I know Jalen will finish the game, but gives an opportunity to get out there a little bit earlier.
You got a lot of de facto coaches on the sidelines with all the guys not playing. Do the vets have a role tonight in helping the young guys?
Yeah. Cost of doing business penalties for celebration. That's order number one.
Wait, you want those?
Yes, cost of doing business. But that means we're making plays, so that's exciting. Coach the guys up. You know, during the regular season, it flips, right, where they're playing and the rest of the guys are cheering them on. So they're out to make the sideline come to life.
Well, I hope it's a crazy one. Good luck today, Coach.
Thanks, Jen.
Mike was a finance minister, he studied finance in college, a major. He should be a psychologist the way he knows how to get these guys going. The 12 flag being raised today in the south end zone. He is a former Curtis High School alum, UW and Boston Celtics star. It is Isaiah Thomas raising the 12's flag. are just about set with the first kickoff of this 2026 season. Brandon Aubrey will do the honors for the Dallas Cowboys. Velus Jones Jr. and Cody White, a running back and a wide receiver, will return the ball on the dynamic kick, and here we go. We're underway. It's a little pooch kick, and it's caught by Cody White on the near side, out across the 20, 25. Now he goes all the way across the field to the 30, looks for running room, 35, 40. Flag is down well behind the play, and this may be coming back. It is. I think we're going to get a hold against the Seahawks on that return. And Dave, for the young guys, special teams is where you have to make your mark.
Holding. Receiving team number 89. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Nick Caller up.
And that's going to back up the Seahawks after a nice return. This is where you have to make your money if you're a young guy on the special team.
Well, and especially with Jay Harbaugh as the head coach, they take it very seriously. And, you know, you saw that last year. I've never seen so many plays on special teams. So, and it's tough for some of these guys that haven't played special teams in a while. If you're a really good player in college, you're probably not running down on kickoffs. So this is a chance for a lot of players to make the team.
Cody White and Jake Bobo get the start at wide receivers. Saubert is the tight end, and the running back is Halian. He's going to come left side. Sidesteps one man, can't do it for a second, gets a couple of yards across the 22 to about the 23-yard line. Carson makes the tackle for the Cowboys. Again, for the Seahawks up front, no starters, but guys who have game experience. They will be protecting their quarterback, Drew Lock, who gets the start. He'll play what we understand, a couple of series, and then Jalen Milroe, the second-year player out of Alabama, will come in and play a couple, and they'll do that and alternate through at least the first half. Single setback as Bobo goes in motion from left to right. Lock wants to throw. He looks far side, throws. Ball is caught by Bobo. He's hit immediately out at the 25-yard line. We also have a flag down. Oh, could have been a flag out there. Never mind. They didn't throw one. A 3-yard pickup. And so it's going to bring up a third down and 4 as we are just underway at Lumen Field. Sun just starting to go down. A little bit of a smoky haze. Stands, lower bowl just about filled, upper bowl filling in as we speak. 3 wide receivers with a slot to the left side. Single setback as Locke starts into his count. Now he steps back. 4-man rush by the Cowboys. Locke looks. He's going to throw deep. Being bumped all the way down the field is White, and he's going to draw himself a pass interference on these Dallas Cowboys defensively.
Cody White's been having a great camp.
Defense number 21. Ball placed at the front of the foul with an automatic first down.
That's Kalen Carson, by the way, a 3-year vet out of Wake Forest.
Yeah, there's kind of an art to drawing the penalty, right? Like, you know, if you run the route where you're kind of letting him, you know, grab you a little bit, but also just, you know, there's a fair bit of acting there. And I think Cody White did a great job there.
That's why I was a receiver. Lots of acting. 1st and 10 at the 45 slot to the right side. Here's a handoff straight away over the left side.
I think we just saw why Eric Saubert is on the team.
Yeah.
He just pancaked that defensive end there and opened up a huge hole.
A 5-yard gain for Velus Jones. Another guy who was with this team last year. There's going to be a number of guys who are just trying to play themselves onto a practice squad slot. And as John always talks about, John Schneider, he's talking 70 players. He's not talking just the 53. Here's a second down and almost 6. Single setback, ball at the 49-yard line of the Hawks. Quick toss. Jones Jr. goes around the right side, across midfield and into Dallas territory. Dropped just shy of the 45-yard line, but a 5-yard gain there. It's going to be, let's see, they're going to call it 3rd and short, maybe a half a yard.
And Velus Jones was a receiver. He's a running back. He can do both. And Brian Fleury really liked him that he said he had the speed to get around the outside, and also he can run the entire route tree because of his wide receiver experience. So he's an interesting guy.
Rashad Rochelle in the backfield now, the tail of the eye, with a single wide receiver, 2 tight ends, handoff straight away. Rochelle gets the first down inside the 45 of Dallas, a 2-yard gain. Again, the Seahawks all in blue, their traditional blue uniforms, helmets, jerseys, and pants. And the Cowboys, they wear white jerseys at home, actually. But they're wearing white jerseys here with the silver pants and the silver helmets with the star on the side that you just can't miss.
You want to call him Rochelle?
Rochelle.
Isn't that a show from the Seinfeld?
Yeah, he's gonna run all the way from Milan to Minsk.
High backs behind Locke. 4 runs and 1 pass to start this first series. Locke play fake, looks to throw. Now he's going to get it hammered down and just gets rid of the ball out in the left side flat. He really took a shot as he got rid of that football, just nowhere to go with it. I think he was going to look deep to try to find Cody White downfield, but he could not uncover.
And as this running game gets going, it's interesting to watch 78, Mason Richmond, who's had a great camp. I know we got Bo Stevens from Iowa this year, but it's the second-year player out of Iowa, Mason Richmond, who's really been coming along as a utility player on the line.
Yeah, he just looks different this year, and that's what you get a lot of times, the first year to the second year, that big jump, and he looks much more like purposeful. He's not lost, and he's looked really good.
Slot to the left side, handoff. This time going straight ahead is George Halani. Now gets pushed back to the 40, but Halani really kind of the leader of this running back group right now, with Zach Charbonnet still on the PUP, unable to play until probably we won't see him in September, maybe October, we hope, after his knee surgery. And, of course, Jadarian Price, the rookie first-round draft choice out of Notre Dame, kind of tweaked a little something, a little bit sore, lower body, leg, and so they're going to give him the night off tonight. A 5-yard pickup by the Hawks.
We're just going to wait for the Price to get right.
Thank you. You've been waiting almost the first 5 minutes of the quarter to say that.
These are jokes, folks.
3rd and 5 from the Dallas 39. Locke, a 3-step drop. Now he's going to scramble. Now he's going to put his head and shoulders down. A flag is going to go down near side. Drew might have picked it up. He did on the scramble. Not known to be a runner, but he does and protects himself. A 6-yard gain. It is a first down.
You see Drew Locke tuck that ball?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing, Drew?
I'd like to see him protect himself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 21. 15-yard penalties added on to the end of the run, and includes an automatic first down.
That's the second penalty on the Cowboys, and I've called Kalen Carson's name 3 times now, and 2 of them have been almost, one of them was a penalty. So the youngster out of Wake Forest, a little over-enthusiastic. So curb your enthusiasm, young man.
See?
Huh?
See?
How easy is that?
Yeah.
Boy,
this is puns are not mutually exclusive.
Okay. 1st and 10 at the 18 of Dallas. Opening drive for the Seahawks. Single setback. 2 wideouts and 2 tight ends. The handoff goes straight ahead, and Halani breaks 1 tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He was actually lucky to get back to the line, as somebody showed through very quickly for the Cowboys. No gain. James was the guy who got in there before anybody else.
At the end of the year, George Halani just looked different. I mean, he didn't have a bunch of stats, like if you look at the numbers. But I'm talking to John Schneider after they won the Super Bowl. He really thought that George Halani took a big step. So that's really important. They want to run the ball, and Halani has just done everything right, from pass pro to running the ball, catching it.
2nd down and 10. Play fake to him, throw back across the middle, ball is caught, tripped up, knocked off his feet, is Arroyo, and we've been waiting to see Elijah Arroyo, the 2nd-year player. Started out like gangbusters a season ago, got hurt, he's back. What a weapon he's going to be in that tight end room.
He's 255 pounds. Yeah. And, last year I asked somebody, what about his blocking? And they're like, we don't care. We don't care if he can block or not. But he's actually done a nice job with that. But I don't know. You've been out there, Jeff. You see, like every.
He said. Last year I left a lot of food on the table, but this year I think he's going to eat it all.
Yeah. I mean, at practice he's made a ton of plays.
Eye backs behind Locke, who goes under center. Single wide out is Bobo left side. Handoff coming to the near side. Head and shoulder pads down, forcing his way just inside the 5-yard line. What a great opening drive by the by. A 2-yard pickup. And 2nd down and goal coming up.
One more thing about Arroyo. He said, he likes to shimmy and shake, but he realizes I'm 255 pounds. Sometimes I'm just going to move people.
Yeah.
Great.
And that's what you have to do. But he can also run pass routes like a wide receiver. As we saw that crossing route, put his foot in the ground and made that break across the middle. 12th play of the drive, 2nd down and goal from the 4. Halani stays in the backfield. Bobo, the single wide out, Arroyo, and Saubert on the left side. Eye backs. Drew Locke under center. Cowboys are going to bring their linebackers coming off the edge, unblocked, and making the play at the 5-yard line. Alani is tackled for a loss of a yard. It was Maris Luafau who gets in there to make that play. And so 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, that was basically a run blitz is what we used to call it. You know, you're playing the run, but you're going to attack your gap right away. And there was just nowhere for Helani to go.
3rd down and goal now from the 5. The Hawks 2 of 2 on 3rd downs. Now they spread it out. 3 wide receivers. Single setback. That's Helani. Locke out of the shotgun. Dallas is going to rush 4. Locke sets. Throws to the middle of the field. Ball is caught. Touchdown! Seahawks! What a shot!
Montori Foster Jr.
Montori Foster Jr. We have been talking about this young man. A 5-yard touchdown reception in his first year. Caught on with the team after he was injured last year. Came back for the playoffs, was on the practice squad, and he has done nothing but impress people in that time. He just ran a really sharp route and gave Drew Lock a chance to fire that ball in there for 6. The first touchdown of this 2026 preseason goes to Montori Foster Jr.,
who was a school teacher in the offseason.
That's right.
Boy, he schooled that DB.
He did, and selling real estate as well. Jason Myers on for the PAT. All he did was put more points on the board than any kicker in the NFL a year ago. 7:42 to play in the first. The Seahawks on the board first. It is 7-0, your Hawks, over the Dallas Cowboys on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
X-Plan pricing is for everyone, and that means friends and family pricing continues for every customer at Butler Ford. Lease a new Crew Cab F-150, $299 per month, or buy one with 0 down, 0 payments, up to 120 days. Butler Ford, where big is best, so forget the rest.
Butler's got your truck, man.
On approved credit, not all will qualify, plus tax, title, license, and $215 title and registration processing fee. 36 months, $89.95 due, 10,000 miles per month through FMC, $27.77 per thousand. Excludes Raptor and Raptor R. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Hi, this is Jim from Mountain Mike's Pizza, proud sponsor of Monday Night Madness on 95.7 KBOY. Join Amy Lee every Monday night, now through August, at Quail Point Golf Course for a fun evening of golf, great prizes, and delicious Mountain Mike's Pizza. Served fresh every week for the golfers, a perfect way to spend a summer night with friends, great food, and a little friendly competition. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This scoring drive recap brought to you by the Chevy Equinox. From the sporty RS to the adventurous active trim and even an EV. Equinox is where Northwest adventures begin. Talk about beginning. How about an opening drive? 13 plays, 80 yards, 7:18 off the clock. And Montori Foster Jr. with a 5-yard touchdown catch makes it 7-zip Seahawks. After this kickoff by Jason Myers with Malik Davis and Abanaconda deep for the Cowboys. We'll talk about that opening drive and the new offensive coordinator for the Hawks. Here's Myers with a high end-over-end kick from right to left, coming down to Abanaconda at the goal line across the 10, 20. Oh, my goodness. He gets blasted at the 22, and he's going to take a seat at about the 17-yard line. And there are all those assistant coaches wearing jerseys like number 7, number 90, number 56, all of the veteran players and starters who are not playing today. So let's talk about it. We've got a new offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury. We were told yesterday by Brian, they don't have a game plan. They just want to run the plays that they think they want to run. And it worked.
And now we get to see some of the secondary defense. These second stringers. Let's see. And I don't know why people were a little surprised that Mike McDonald went outside of the organization and hired Brian Fleury. But it really makes sense when you think about it. What does McDonald's serve? McFlurries.
Here we go.
He's not assembling a coaching staff. He's building a menu. And you guys laugh, but if he hires the Hamburglar next year as a strength and conditioning coach, I'm going to be proven right.
I tell you, he's had a whole season to prepare for these things. It was a 2-yard gain, by the way, by Jaden Rule, the running back, the second-year player out of Texas. He takes the handoff again. He gets 4 yards there, just across the 30-yard line. The quarterback for the Cowboys is Sam Howell. Name sound familiar? He was the Seahawks backup a few seasons ago, back in 23. Actually had a pretty good season with Washington back in 23 as he started, then was with the Seahawks for a year. Now he is here in Dallas looking at a 3rd down and 4 at his own 31. Seattle loads up the line of scrimmage, and there's movement up front by the Cowboys. Their left tackle shuffles his feet.
For the 71, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Nate Thomas.
Now I'm going to be calling him McFlurry all year because you put that in my head, Jeff.
Well, and I know it's the preseason, so we're going to get a vanilla McFlurry.
Oh boy!
Right now, but it's still nice to get a taste of what Fleury can do.
I'm just going to lay out from here on out. I'm just going to let you guys have it. Dallas, their 3rd penalty of the game, backs them up now 3rd down and 9 at their own 26 with a slot left side. Again, Seattle linebackers walk up to the line of scrimmage. Howell takes a shotgun snap, 4-man rush. Howell throws back inside. Ball knocked down.
Ooh, Mike Morris.
Mike Morris putting some pressure on. And it was intended for Smith. I think it was Tyrese Knight out on the far side on coverage. And again, no game plan set up here. And
I'll tell you what,
Ed and Darty is actually calling the defenses, and just like offense, they don't have a game plan, but they're just calling what they want to call.
It's just a great play by Tyrese Knight. He drives on that ball, great coverage, and we kind of forget about him. He made a lot of plays last year, and Drake Thomas has kind of taken over, but yeah, he's making it interesting at that inside backer spot.
Here's Brian Anger, the punter, with a bomb all the way down inside the 20. Cody White gets it, goes all the way across the field, drags a defender out across the 35. Cody White for the Seahawks as a wide receiver and kick returner, and we'll talk more about him and all these young guys when we come back. Seattle leads 7-0. 5:50 to play here in the first quarter on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzzed driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You could kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says I'm a catch more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Sometimes, when a problem needs our attention, we get a warning. Would you recognize the signal if your heart was sending you an alert? I'm Marcy, and I have atrial fibrillation. That means I'm at 5 times greater risk for stroke. Some people don't even know they have AFib until they have a stroke. Talk to your doctor about your risk for AFib and stroke. Treatment saves lives.
Visit heart.org/AFib awareness. Brought to you by the American Heart Association.
We love our sports here in the Rogue Valley.
And it's our responsibility to keep them great.
And we need you to
to know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach.
You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one. Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Don't yell at the refs. They have a hard job.
Know your role. Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
Seahawks looking like they're in mid-season form, offensively and defensively, and so are the 12s. They had the Seahawks yell going here during our commercial break. Drew Lock, by the way, in that first quarter, 3 of 4 for 20 yards and 1 touchdown. In that drive, 9 runs, 4 passes that ended with a touchdown pass to the youngster Montori Foster Jr. Second drive now by the Hawks. Drew Lock stays in the ball game. Bayless Jones Jr., his tailback, beside him as Lock from the shotgun at his own 36-yard line. Takes a shotgun snap, looks right, back to the left, dumps it off. Bayless Jones sheds one tackler, has knocked out of bounds. They actually lose a yard on that swing pass to the left side.
I like that idea, though. They release Saubert out, and he's essentially a blocker. But you gotta time that up, right, so you don't get offensive pass interference. But I thought that was a well-designed play that hopefully they can sort of hone that in a little bit and make it effective, because I like the concept.
Second down and 11. Jones stays in the backfield. Locke goes under center. Play fake to Jones. Locke looks, throws over the middle. Bobo. Ball is just tipped away at the last second. We go down to the sidelines and Jen.
Well, let's go back to that opening drive and the touchdown that capped the drive. Montori Foster was already having a next-level kind of camp, according to Cooper Kupp, just making plays over and over, which was a little different than OTAs, where Kupp said you could see it was there. It just wasn't translating. Whatever he did in the time between OTAs and training camp is noticeable. He described him as somebody who was quick to the line without rushing, patient and decisive, Steve.
And he's got great hands. Dave was talking to his parents down on the sidelines pregame. We'll go back to that in just a second. Meantime, third down and 11 for Drew Lock from his own 35. He's going to throw way downfield and just off the fingertips of Bobo, who had uncovered down in Dallas territory inside the 45. It would have been a spectacular catch if Bobo had been able to hang on, and Lock missed him by just a couple of inches. And so we'll get our first look at Michael Dixon here in this preseason. The Seahawks' great punter.
He's so great.
That ridiculous stat you have.
Michael Dixon in the postseason, 15 punts, 10 down within the 20 for a total of 8 return yards. Just incredible. The Thunder from down under is just an amazing man.
Jonathan Mingo is the deep man for the Cowboys. A high, wobbly kick. Mingo runs up, calls for, and makes the fair catch. At around the 27, we're going to take another break. 4:57 to play here in this first quarter. The Seahawks continue to lead the Cowboys 7-0. Hang on one second. There's a flag down way back at the 36-yard line. I think it's going to go against Dallas.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 42. The 10-yard penalty is enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
So that will back up the Cowboys, and we will take this timeout and be right back.
Seahawks fans, the Safeway Shop and Score sweepstakes is back. Buy 5 participating items in a single transaction for a chance to win a 2026 Toyota Tacoma, a flyaway trip to a 2026 away game, groceries for a decade, and more. No purchase necessary. Ends on 1/5/27. Complete rules at Safeway.com/shopscore. Safeway has all your game day tailgate favorites, from fried chicken to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays. Shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, the official supermarket of the Seahawks.
VCU knows 12s love to get loud. You dress loud, talk loud, play loud. And when you're fired up, you let the world hear about it. That's why VCU's here to help you pay loud and keep more money in your pocket with the official debit card of the Seattle Seahawks. Get great rates and low fees. Join today at vcu.org/Seahawks. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey Seahawks fans, this is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Coaching a winning team requires planning ahead and keeping all your players healthy. Virginia Mason Franciscan Health's primary care providers help you coordinate your family's care, including annual physicals, screenings, and immunizations. So keep your home team healthy. Find a provider and schedule an online appointment today at vmfh.org/Seahawks. vmfh.org/Seahawks. Tonight's game is presented by Muckleshoot Indian Tribe. Our Seattle heritage runs deep. Seahawks with a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. Dallas Cowboys back on offense. Defensively for the Seahawks, now we're going to see more of these not-so-young guys. Noah Igbenogany is in at one of the safety spots. He's a 7-year veteran. I've got him as an unrestricted free agent from Washington. DeAnthony Bell is in the game. A.J. Finley is in the game. What a story he has.
Yeah. A week ago, he had an interception, and 1 year after he had blown his knee out. Great story.
Howell at quarterback throws a screen pass left side, taking off all the way out to the 30-yard line, making up all the yardage on the penalty and then some. A 13-yard gain. And it was once again Jaden Blue, the second-year player out of Texas, who spent most of last season on the inactive list for these Cowboys.
Tell you what, Patio, as they call him, Patrick O'Connell, he's having another great camp. We'll see how the preseason goes for him. He had a great preseason last year, got cut, they were able to bring him back, and he's back playing well.
1st and 10 at his own 29. Howell looks, throws deep, almost picked off by the Seahawks. As Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the former Packer, and he was a Seahawk, at least in training camp up until the beginning of the season last year.
And that was Noah Igbenogany. Stride for stride.
Yeah.
He ran that route for him, didn't he?
Yeah. And pushed him. And by the way, used the sideline as another defender.
I was just going to say, a smart defensive back, and he is. He's been around for a while. He's seen a lot. We'll use that sideline for his benefit. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. Of the Cowboys. Handoff straight ahead. Getting hammered down is Blue.
Tyrese Knight again.
He is going to push, Dave, for playing time. Drake Thomas took over that starting spot and played exceptionally well at inside backer next to Ernest Jones. Tyrese Knight is not going to be denied. He's going to keep fighting.
Also, when Drake was injured, Tyrese Knight was there. I mean, Jacoby Brissett still peeks under his bed to see if Tyrese Knight is there after that Arizona game.
Yeah, Tyrese Knight, he started off the season rough with it. He had a heart procedure. He had some injuries, so good to see him get going.
3rd down and 7. Shotgun formation for Howell. Takes the snap. Looks, fires down the middle. Ball's knocked away. Oh, but they're going to call a flag. They're going to throw the flag on the cornerback. Shamar Jean-Charles is on coverage.
Defense number 34. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic 1st down.
It looked like he got his arm in there to knock that ball away, but perhaps with his other arm, he might have wrapped around the waist of the intended receiver.
And in the backfield, Riley Mills was right there. It was a millisecond away from a bear hug.
And I think that's exactly what happened. He got his arm wrapped around him, the intended receiver again, Valdez-Scantling. And so 3.5 to play here in this first quarter. With a 1st down, Cowboys just shy of midfield. Seattle leads 7-zip. Howell hands the ball off straight ahead. A 2-yard gain. I believe that was Malik Davis on the carry.
Well, you talked about Riley Mills, who looks like he's checking back in. He's getting a lot of playing time. I thought last year when he made that sack, I was like, we just won the Super Bowl. I mean, it was a phenomenal play. But to hear Mike McDonald say that him and Murphy are 2 of the best he's ever seen, that's pretty high praise. And, Riley Mills is just all over the field tonight.
3 receivers right. Now 1 shifts over to the left. Howell takes the shotgun snap. and hit right at the midfield stripe, maybe a yard gained. Again, is Jaden Blue.
And just to talk about Riley Mills one more time, I mean, he had to work so hard. Last year at this time, he was just standing there with that rubber band on his knee. He said, I was going to set the world record for the most mental reps. I was going to stand right there and do that. I didn't even know mental reps were a thing. I guess if I tried to do a mental rep, I think I'd pull a mental hammy.
He is a special young man. 3rd down and 8 for the Cowboys from midfield. Howell from the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side. Seattle, 2 deep safeties. Howell looks left, throws back inside on a slant. Making the catch and breaking a tackle before he's knocked off his feet is Jonathan Mingo, big wide receiver. In a trade from Carolina, the Cowboys got him for 10 yards and a first down. Good tight coverage. It's just it was an on-the-money throw. So first and 10 at the 39.
Dean Charles was all over it. I mean, really, that's one where I guess you have to just tip your cap.
Did everything but knock that ball down. Howell under center for this play fake. Now he steps up in the pocket. Now he's got a little running room. He's a good scrambler. Gets out inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Patio makes the tackle, i.e. Patrick O'Connell. Now in his 4th season. It just seems like it's like his rookie year. He's already in his 4th year. A 5-yard gain, by the by.
Yeah, Patrick O'Connell and Connor O'Toole, 2 of the largest, angriest leprechauns you're ever going to meet.
Yeah, O'Toole got in a big fight at practice, and he seemed like a very nice, mild-mannered guy, and then you see him out there trying to kill somebody.
2nd down and 5 at the Seattle 34. Howell from the shotgun with an offset eye behind him. Waiting for the snap. Finally gets it. Straight ahead handoff. Breaking a tackle in the backfield. Phil Maffa, second-year player out of Clemson, picks up a yard. Should have been a loss of about 2 yards, but tackle was missed in the backfield. Makes it now 3rd down and about 4. Coming up on the end of this first quarter, down to 23 seconds. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Howell and company. Dallas 1 of 2 on 3rd down. 2 wide receivers, 1 split wide to the right side. Clock down to 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Howell, I think he's just going to wait for the clock to wind down here in the quarter, and he does, and it will. And that's the end of 1 here at Lumen Field. First quarter in the books. In this first preseason contest, the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Seattle leads Dallas 7-0.
True Fan Travel is now the proud fan travel partner for Seahawks road games. In October, we're heading to Denver. 3 nights downtown, Seahawks at Mile High. Then in November, we're taking over Las Vegas. 3 nights at Mandalay Bay, Seahawks at Allegiant Stadium. Every trip includes flights, hotels, transfers, game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate, pep rally, and alumni meet and greets. Dedicated trip hosts handle the details. Spots are limited. Book now at Seahawks.com/travel.
If your network can't move massive workloads quickly, securely, and effortlessly across multiple clouds, then none of the AI in the world matters. We're here to simplify the complex infrastructure that makes AI work, because performance, reliability, and control aren't hype. They're your job. Start with the network built for what's next. Lumen, the trusted network for AI.
Dave, what's up? I just won the Seahawks Scratch Game Day Suite experience from Washington's lottery that includes pregame field passes. I'm not sure that I'm ready, Gary. Bro, I've got you. On the sideline, up in the suite, I'll be there. You do that for me? Shoot, I'll even let you drive.
Fan like you've been there before. Play Seahawks Scratch for the chance to win $50K or a Game Day VIP Suite experience.
Odds of winning any prize from Seahawks Scratch are 1 in 3.41. Odds of winning a second chance prize depend on the number of entries received. Must be 18 or older to purchase. Keep it fun. Know your limit. Visit wildlottery.com/Seahawks for full details.
Others doubted us. Others didn't believe. But for us,
we did not care.
We showed the world what this city is all about.
Congratulations, your Seahawks Super Bowl 60 champion.
This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Seahawks.com today.
Well, it is a treat to start this second quarter and carrying you through the second quarter of play here with the Seahawks leading the Cowboys 7-0. Our great friend, pre- and post-game show host, radio host Michael Bumpus, former wide receiver, just like yours truly, is going to take over play-by-play. Bump, have at it, buddy.
Have no fear. Rabel will be back. You got to deal with me for just a second quarter. Dave, how you doing, man?
And we get another receiver in here? We can't get a linebacker in here?
Hey, you could. Just I don't think we have one on staff yet. We'll go looking for one, man. Let's get this thing going, man. We're bringing up 3rd and 4, the start of the second half. Dallas Cowboys on an 8-play, 51-yard drive, 4:57. Dallas on the 33-yard line. You got your quarterback Sam Howell in shotgun position, motion receiver to his left, back to his right. Moves his running back to the left side. Pressure being shown by the Seahawks. Looks like man coverage to me. Waiting for the snap. Ball is snapped. Howell looking towards his right side. Throws to the right side. Ball is completed. Crosses a 25-yard line. Big first down pickup. Got Mingo with a big catch. 9-yard gain.
Yeah, just a well-executed play. We were talking about that earlier, that, sometimes you have perfect coverage and quarterback throws a tight spiral in there and not much you can do. But the Seahawks defense, really, the guy that's impressed me tonight, you've been back there watching it, Bump, is Tyrese Knight. He's really having a good game.
Tyrese Knight is having a great game. That's going to bring a 1st and 10 ball on the Seahawks 24-yard line. Rush, hands the football to the right side. That was Sam Howell at the quarterback position. Met about a gain of 1 to 2 yards at the line of scrimmage. Seahawks defense really doing this thing. Williams on that carry.
Yeah, you see, you're getting guys that are second stringers that I see are, possibly starters at other places. And this defensive team, the defensive side of the ball is just loaded with a bunch of really good players and, the bunch of guys out there competing, because it's tough to break the starting lineup.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Cowboys. 2-by-2 formation. Brings the receiver in a bit tight. One running back in the backfield. 2-eye safety look for the Seahawks. Somehow back to pass. Throws down to the flat to your running back. Gets upfield. Lowers his shoulders. 3 Seahawks there to try to take him down. Going to be a gain of at least 9.
We're talking, Mike, about Patrick O'Connell and what a great camp he had last year. The Seahawks were right to cut him because he did clear waivers and everything. But I don't know. I never saw a guy have a better preseason that got cut. And he's doing it again this year.
Gain of 6 on that play, 3rd and 3. Sam in shotgun hands the football off. That's going to be enough for a first down. All you do is get up that A-gap, get a push. Look for daylight, gain of 4.
And you got them rotating pretty heavily as far as the defensive line. I feel like those guys are getting more tired running on and off the field than they are playing. But yeah, you see a lot of guys like Brandon Peely going, 1-2 plays, and then, they're keeping you got to keep those guys fresh, right? Interior defensive linemen typically play 60-65% of the snaps.
13th play of this drive, 1st and 10 on the Seahawks 13-yard line. Sam Howell in shotgun once again. Hawks showing pressure, hands the football up the gut, met in the backfield. Upfield for about 1 yard gain. This defense really getting to the backfield and disrupting the mesh between the quarterback and the running back.
Yeah, there's something there from Riley Mills. You look at him kind of as a power guy, but he had a nice little swim move to get in the gap there, and he was one of 3 tacklers on that play. But just that instant flash that you see as a running back is going to make that guy start going sideways.
About 12:09 left in the quarter. 2nd and 9. Cowboys driving. Have the ball on the 12-yard line. Sam in shotgun position. 3 receivers to left him. He's looking left. Goes back to the right. Hits the running back on a nice little screen. Blue getting upfield. Hit hard. Gain of at least 2 yards. I like the play design, but I like the pursuit by the Seahawks defense.
Yeah, and once again, Tyrese Knight. And we were talking about him, Bump, that he, started off rough last year for him. He had a procedure for his heart. He had some injuries, and, Drake Thomas kind of settled into that. But, you can see that he's really pushing for that starting position.
Dallas 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Here's a 3rd and 7 from the Hawks 12-yard line. Crowd getting into it here. 11:27 left in this half. Once again, Sam Howell in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left of him. Might get a blitz off the edge here. Sam looking left, opens to the blitz. Hits. Incompletion. If his receiver would have just turned around a bit quicker, that might have been a big completion. But that pressure, I feel like, Dave, forced Sam to get rid of that football early.
He definitely let it go early. Igbenogany on a blitz off the edge there. And, yeah, he kind of pulled the string on that. And just a little bit off target there, but nice pressure. Also, a good job by Igbenogany not, throwing him to the ground. Did a good job just kind of giving him a little shot there.
You would have thrown him to the ground, though, Dave. I've got one of the best kickers in the game, Aubrey, in for a 29-yard field goal to cap this long drive off for the Cowboys. Kick is up. And the kick is good. That's going to make it 7-3. Your Hawks are still up. All right, we got more to do when we come back. Let's see if these Hawks can respond. Hawks up 7-3 in the second quarter.
T-Mobile is not only the largest and fastest 5G in the game, they're the best mobile network in America. Just another reason Seahawks fans choose T-Mobile. So if you're part of the 12s, you can keep up with all the action on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For Seahawks fans, game day is better with T-Mobile.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2026. See details at tmobile.com.
Well, we got great news. Football season is certainly back. It's Mike Salk here, and you can make the most of every game day at Washington's Four Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You know it's just 30 minutes from Seattle. You know you can enjoy luxurious accommodations, breathtaking Cascade views, elevated dining, and the new Hawks Peak Sports Bar and Grill with world-class entertainment and non-stop gaming excitement. It's all at Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Football season is here, and it's time for two premier Northwest franchises to team up. Columbia Bank, your local bank, and the Seattle Seahawks. As the largest bank headquartered in the Northwest, Columbia Bank is the home team you can count on. Learn more about Columbia's premier service and innovative digital solutions at columbiabank.com or visit a local branch. Columbia Bank, proud partner of the Seattle Seahawks, member FDIC.
If your network can't move massive workloads quickly, securely, and effortlessly across multiple clouds, then none of the AI in the world matters. We're here to simplify the complex infrastructure that makes AI work, because performance, reliability, and control aren't hype. They're your job. Start with the network built for what's next. Lumen, the trusted network for AI.
Welcome back to the first week of your preseason. The Hawks are up 7-3. Cowboys just went on a 16-play, 74 yards, 8-minute and 43-yard drive, ending with a field goal by Aubrey. The scoring drive recap is brought to you by Chevy Equinox. From the sporty RS to the adventurous active trim, and even the EV Equinox is where Northwest adventures begin. All right, let's see if these guys can respond. Good drive by those Cowboys. You got to respect what they were doing, Dave. They ran the football, checked off to the flat, hit some slants. Good drive by that offense, but way to bow up by this defense.
Yeah, I mean, it was really well executed, but, held them to a field goal. So, I thought it was pretty impressive, particularly because, you've got a lot of guys that haven't played together, and this is really the first game type situation, and guys handled it well, just holding them to a field goal.
Aubrey kicks the ball. We got Cody White and Emmanuel Henderson. Cody White feels the ball, crosses the 20, looking for a gap, closes quickly, spin moves, tries to get out of there. That doesn't work. Puts his hand on the ground, still fighting for his life. Young man trying to find some daylight, but Dallas doing a great job of closing the gap and corralling him.
Did you do a kickoff return or two, or mostly punt return?
I did kick returns, but I didn't have that 100-meter speed like Rabel. I was more of a 60-yard guy.
Yeah, Rabel, he runs like a 4.640, I think.
Someone told me it was a 4.3. Someone told me it was a 4.3.
I'm sorry.
It's a 4.3.
My bad.
Oh, man, we're going to see a new quarterback in, Jalen Milroe, a young man that we've been excited to see. Had a great camp so far. Has really worked on his footwork, and I'm excited to see what he can do here. 1st and 10, Hawks have the ball on their own 23-yard line. Milroe starts off under center motions. Arroyo from right to left, got a balanced formation, single running back in the backfield. Ball snap, hands the football off to the left, trying to get around the left side. Wide zone, turns the corner. I believe that's George Halani with the football, trying to lower his shoulders, get around, get as much as you can. A gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, Halani at the end of the year really came on. We were talking about this earlier, Bump, and it wasn't like he put up huge numbers, but he kind of, Charbonnet got hurt. They needed somebody to fill in during the playoffs, and then, I thought he did a really good job of just executing. And yesterday, I think it was Brian Fleury that said, he's very steady, but I'd like to see like that flashiness of him. Maybe make some plays, and I think he's freed up to do that.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 5. We got 2 tight ends to the right of Jalen Milroe. He's under center. Ball is snapped. Ball's on the ground. Procedure. He picks the ball up really close right there. Those are the things, Dave, that you don't want to see. You got your number 3 quarterback in. That's going to be a loss of 2. You still want the procedures to look nice and clean.
Yeah, that's, playing clean football, and he's not getting a lot of opportunities. That's what's tough for, especially, I think, being a backup quarterback, you just don't get many reps, right? I remember when Russell was here, he was known as a rep hog. Like during the season, he was taking like 95% of the snaps, so it makes your backups, they only get a couple of opportunities during the week.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Hawks 3 for 4 on 3rd down so far. 3rd and 6 on this one. Milroe shotgun, throwing across the middle. Finds his receiver across the middle, enough for a first down. Big catch by your Seahawks. Way to pick it up. That's an 8-yard gain. Jake Bobo making his presence felt.
How about that? Jalen Milroe, that's the one thing. I mean, they know that he can run. And yesterday in the meeting, Mike was talking about, Mike McDonald was saying, hey, everybody's covered. Use your legs. Be the 4.2 40 guy that you are. But for him in that situation, just a basic, drop back pass, managed the pocket really well, and just threw a dart.
Milroe under center once again. That's 1st and 10. Balls on their own 36-yard line. Balanced formation. Single running back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to the right. Rolling to the left. Has options downfield. Looking across left. We got a flag on the play. Milroe trying to use his legs. Forced out of bounds. But there's a flag on the play. Somebody was grabbed there.
Yeah, it looks like possibly a hold there. Because that was a pretty good play action motion there from Milroe. Did a really good job of selling it.
Holding, defense number 21. It's 5-yard penalties added on to the end of the run and includes an automatic first down.
Defensive players cheating down there, Bump.
Just grabbing on our hips. I saw what happened, Dave. You can't grab those hips, man. It's the 5th Dallas penalty on the day. I would expect more penalties at this point, honestly, Dave, with preseason. Having your 2s and 3s out there.
No, definitely. Yeah, haven't had a lot of reps. I just love seeing Milroe, and I feel like that's his natural rollout, maybe take off running. He can really stretch the defense.
It's going to be 1st and 10. Hawks had the ball on their own 43-yard line. Looks like we got a false start. Let's sort this thing out.
False start. Offense number 82. 5-yard penalty. First down.
False starts by receivers drive me crazy, Dave.
Yeah.
It's like, just watch the football. But a lot of times they're in these condensed formations, so maybe they get antsy a little bit. But just watch the rock and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're, like the nose guard or the center or whatever. You're inside where everything's real tight. It's like you can be a tick off. Just don't jump off sides. And, yeah, that's probably one that drove you nuts when you were coaching high school football.
Drove me crazy. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15. Balls on the Hawks' 38-yard line. 3 pass catch to the left. He throws to the left. Screens Jake Bobo. He finds a couple guys. Gets a field. Boom. Big hit by your Dallas Cowboys. A gain of 1 yard. Bobo had some daylight. If he picks up one more block, you probably got 5 to 8 more yards on that play.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Big tackle.
James Houston's the outside linebacker, and he just might have made the team on that play right there.
We got 2nd and 14, 7:50 left in this quarter. Milroe and shotgun, running back to the right of him, 2 receivers to the right of him, hands the football off. Halani looking left, cuts up the field, tries to bring back to the right, nothing there. Maybe a yard or 2 on that play. This Cowboys defensive line, 3-yard gain on that play, is really getting into that backfield.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you look at Bo Stevens out there, the rookie that they drafted, and, that's kind of a hot spot on the offensive line because Anthony Bradford, a lot of times you'll see he'll check out, maybe 5-6 times a game, and you want somebody solid there, but Bo Stevens, the rookie, he's had a pretty good camp.
Another 3rd down for the Hawks. Milroe and shotgun, 3 pass catches to the left. He's looking left, gets pressure to his left, rolls to the right, has a lot of space, deciding to run. No, yes, puts the ball down, shows some athleticism, tiptoe down the sideline. Is it enough for a first down? They say it is. Milroe showing that elusiveness that we want to see. Great job extending that play and taking what the defense is giving him.
That is such a nightmare for a linebacker. when you don't know if he's going to throw it, first of all, but then out in the open space with his athletic ability. I mean, I love seeing him roll out like we talked about earlier and possibly just take off running. And Mike McDonald's actually encouraging him to do that. So, yeah, it was a nice job with his legs. He's really a threat to this defense.
12-yard gain on that play, going to bring a 1st and 10. 6:28 left on the play. In the quarter. Miller under center. Hands the football up the A-gap once again. Lower your shoulders. Good first down play. Going to pick up 5 yards there. Love that first down play. You just got a big run by your quarterback. Let's set him up. I think that run's going to set up a play action and see if they take a shot.
Tell you what, man, Elijah Arroyo on that play, and he told us he's 255 pounds, and he showed last year that he can block. They didn't really care whether he could or not because he's so fast. But, you just look at, is he a willing participant? Does he want to? It's all about, trying hard, and he had a great block on that run.
That run was by Velas Jones, going to bring up 2nd and 6 in shotgun. Miro going across the middle, looking for his tight end, finds his tight end. Love what we're seeing out of Miro so far. Nice and poised, taking what the defense is giving him. Gain of 6 yards, going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I haven't seen many plays other than this one, now that I bring it up, where they haven't had at least 2 tight ends on the field. So Arroyo, Saubert, we've seen out there. And eventually we'll see A.J. Barner, maybe one of the best. And really heavy, other than this play right here, just Arroyo out there, but a lot of heavy tight end sets.
10th play of this drive. Referees come in and stop play.
Timeout on the field for medical stoppage.
Look like there's going to be a timeout on that play. All right, let's pause 10 seconds to give our network stations a chance to identify themselves here on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
96.1, 580 The Game, KTMT 580 AM, and K241CA 96.1 FM Ashland.
We're in the second quarter, 5 minutes, 5 seconds left. Your Hawks are up 7-3. We'll be right back here on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night.
Perfect. I love my job.
Oak tree?
Sup?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're not wired to have a response to this sound. You're neutral to it. And you can hear it repeatedly without feeling anything. But when we introduce a new stimulus, save the food, we've achieved pulling a natural or inborn response from you. Save the food, because 40% of all food in the US never gets eaten. Save the food. Cook it, store it, share it. Just don't waste it. For tips and recipes, visit savethefood.com. Brought to you by NRDC and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to a pop concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I have a soft pretzel.
Or B, just roll with it?
Justin! OMG! I love you, Justin! I love you!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
A-12 this football season. 2 premier Northwest franchises are teaming up. Columbia Bank and Seattle Seahawks. Columbia Bank is a proud partner of the Seattle Seahawks, member of the FDIC. We got a drive going on, Dave. 1st and 10. Hawks have the football on the Cowboys' 36-yard line. We got 5 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this half. Jalen Milroe in shotgun, a tight end and receiver to the right, 2 tight ends to the left of him. Ball is snapped, hands the football off to the right side to George Halani. Found a crease in the zone, bounces outside, almost make another guy miss. Puts that hand on the ground and gain a couple more yards. George Halani getting a lot of carries here, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's a little bit frustrated he couldn't break that last tackle there. But, yeah, he's done great in that side of the line, and including Amari Kite had a great block. They just kind of wiped out that left-hand side of the defense there, and Bo Stevens part of that. So, yeah, and just having Milroe back there as a threat is really something that, like I said, it's a nightmare, especially for linebackers.
8-yard gain on that play. Going to bring up 2nd and 8. Milroe in shotgun, hands the football off against George Halani. Why not? Starts left, veers back to the middle. Gets enough for a first down. George Halani not wasting any time. He's not shaking back there. Makes one move, gets north-south, my kind of running back.
Well, what do you think about, I mean, this is week 1, right? This is a preseason game number 1, and they're running a pretty complicated offense. We got motion, we got fakes, we got all kinds of things going on. As far as the execution on offense, it looks tight.
Halani has 10 carries for 30 yards. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 on the Cowboys' 25-yard line. Milroe under center. 2 receivers to the right of him. Single running back in the backfield. No pressure being shown by the Cowboys. Ball is snapped. Ball is handed off left side. Once again, Halani stretches left, cuts back to the middle of the field, making a couple misses, runs into a lineman, keeps his legs going. Halani running with some fire. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was going to go down pretty early. You know, you can see Jalen Milroe with that very intentional handoff where he puts the ball out there. It makes you wonder, like, we'll see what kind of play caller Brian Fleury is, but maybe they're going to come back with some kind of a rollout, or maybe Milroe hangs onto the ball.
Scrappy gain of 5 on that play. Going to bring up 2nd and 5. Milroe under center. Hands the football off again. Once again, up the A-gap, being really patient with that. Gain of 3 yards. I believe that's Velus Jones with the carry.
Yeah, you know, that's for a running back. You mentioned the word patience, that you really have to believe, because a lot of times, you know, you got to kind of stop, right, and sort of reevaluate. And, you know, I think the best trait you can have that K9 had was that your mind works really fast. It processes information, and you saw that from Jones.
Hawks 5 for 6 on 3rd downs. Another 3rd down here. 3rd and 2. Ball on the Cowboys' 17-yard line. Milroe in shotgun, looking towards the left side. Throwing towards Cody White on the slant. Looks like he came up with the ball. Completion. No, they're saying incompletion. Cody White pleading his case. He says, challenge the coach. No, sir. Cody White, a guy who's fighting to make this ball club. You would love him to make that catch. Contributes on special teams, too.
I'll never forget when he had that touchdown in Washington last year. Just like out of the blue. Really, you know, they have so many choices at receiver this year, Paul. It's like, who are you going to get the ball to, man? You got Rashid Shaheed, you got Bobo, you got, of course, JSN and Cooper Kupp.
We got a big down here, 4th and 2. Lumen get loud. Milroe in shotgun, 2-by-2 formation, running back. Looking left, getting pressure, has to step up in the pocket, rolling outside. Little flip of the wrist, gets it to Jake Bobo. Jake Bobo enough for a first down, but we have a flag in the backfield that's typically in the position of holding.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 10-yard gain if it stands.
What a play, Milroe.
Offense number 79. Penalty.
What a shame. What a shame. I mean, he was just a magician on that, able to get that throw off, and that was just but when you see him running around like that, and the offensive line, they don't know where the quarterback is, so, you know, that's where typically you get to holding penalties.
All right, well, that's going to bring in Jason Myers. He set the franchise record with 41 made field goals and 171 points in the regular season last year. This is going to be a 45-yard field goal. I feel good when Myers is out there. I feel confident when he's out there. He's earned the respect of all the 12s. Going to line up. Ball is snapped. Kick is up. And as I say, I'm confident. I'm still confident he missed that right. Still confident, though.
It's the preseason.
All right, we got 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. Your Seahawks are up 7-3. We're coming back on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so you can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Seahawks football is brought to you by Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino welcomes country music star Gary Allan on October 9th. Don't miss this unforgettable evening of country hits. Gary Allan, October 9th, only at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining. Please game responsibly. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left in this half. Unfortunate drive by the Seahawks. They go 15 plays, 50 yards, 9 minutes and 10 seconds, ended by a 45-yard field goal, but Milroe looked great.
Yeah, no, he really did. You can see what the kind of threat he's going to be. It's going to be very interesting to see how they handle him.
Cowboys have the football, 1st and 10. Sam Howell going back across the field, trying to hit his tight end, but boom, big hit. Tyrese Knight having himself a day. We saw him cover in the slot. We've seen him make some plays in the flats. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, I love it. And, that's just, something that they need depth at inside linebacker.
All right, that's the 2-minute warning. We're going to take a break here. Your Seahawks are up 7-3.
Hey Seahawks fans, this is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Everyone should know their blood pressure and cholesterol level. If they're too high, the risks of heart attack, stroke, and heart disease increase. That's why seeing your primary care physician is so important. Simple things like eating healthy, daily exercise, and quitting tobacco will give your heart the support it needs to keep you in the game. Talk with your doctor today and schedule your appointment at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
True Fan Travel is now the proud fan travel partner for Seahawks road games. In October, we're heading to Denver. 3 nights downtown, Seahawks at Mile High. Then in November, we're taking over Las Vegas. 3 nights at Mandalay Bay, Seahawks at Allegiant Stadium. Every trip includes flights, hotels, transfers, game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate, pep rally, and alumni meet and greets. Dedicated trip hosts handle the details. Spots are limited. Book now at Seahawks.com/travel.
If your network can't move massive workloads quickly, securely, and effortlessly across multiple clouds, then none of the AI in the world matters. We're here to simplify the complex infrastructure that makes AI work, because performance, reliability, and control aren't hype. They're your job. Start with the network built for what's next. Lumen, the trusted network for AI.
Well, we got great news. Football season is certainly back. It's Mike Salk here, and you can make the most of every game day at Washington's Four Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You know it's just 30 minutes from Seattle. You know you can enjoy luxurious accommodations, breathtaking Cascade views, elevated dining, and the new Hawks Peak Sports Bar and Grill with world-class entertainment and non-stop gaming excitement. It's all at Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
We're back here at Lumen Field. Seahawks up 7-3. Tyrese Knight having a day. Team high 8 tackles on the day. One of the more impressive hits that we've seen so far.
How do you have 8 tackles in the first half of a preseason game? Man, I mean, he did that last year in Washington. Remember in the Commander game, he came in, I think it was about halfway through the second quarter and ended up tallying like 8 or 10 tackles. And so really nice to see that you got a little bit of competition pushing Drake Thomas there.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Cowboys driving on the Hawks 35-yard line. 2 minutes left of the game. Sam Howell in shotgun, hands the football off on the delay. Running back gets up the A gap. Good job getting north-south, a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, Mike Morris with the tackle there, and he's a guy we've heard about, like his versatility. And that would be the one word, right, on this defense, versatility. I mean, you got guys like Eamon Worry, and you got guys like Big Cat that can play in the wide 9. He can line up over the center. And, you kind of get that same feel from Mike Morris. He just kind of has to show it here in this preseason.
Dallas 3 for 5 on 3rd downs. We got a 3rd and 7 here. Sam in shotgun. Hawks showing some pressure. They're bringing pressure. Bud Clark can get to him. Sam Howell rolling right. He's got some daylight. Crosses the 40-yard line. Boom, lowers his shoulder instead of getting out of bounds. He's going to pick up a first down. Gutsy play by that quarterback. Instead of stepping out, he realized, we got to get this first. I'm going to lower my shoulders for a gain of 9.
Well, and if you're a defender, you're thinking, okay, how do I hit this guy?
Right?
I'm glad you see that.
Hardest thing to do in football is play defense, Dave, and quarterback. I'm just going to say that. It's going to bring up 1st and 10. Oh, referees running in to stop play. Oh, looks like we got a timeout.
First charge, timeout of the half. Yeah.
All right, that's a timeout on the field. 1 minute and 15 left in this half. Hawks are up 7-3.
Place your bets and watch the moment unfold at Caesars Sportsbook in Muckleshoot. Grab your friends, enjoy food and drinks, and experience all the biggest games like never before. Bet on your favorite sports anywhere on property with our mobile app. From the casino to your hotel room to dinner and everywhere in between. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today and let the moments begin. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Moments we live for. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Seahawks tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty on Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Seahawks.
T-Mobile is not only the largest and fastest 5G in the game, they're the best mobile network in America. Just another reason Seahawks fans choose T-Mobile. So if you're part of the 12s, you can keep up with all the action on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For Seahawks fans, game day is better with T-Mobile.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2026. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Cowboys on the drive, trying to close the first half with a score. Hawks are up 7-3. I like that timeout by the Seahawks. They said, look, Cowboys, get a first down or try to get a first down. If not, put on the foot. Let's give our offense another chance to get out there and practice some situational football.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, a lot of times in preseason games, you don't get to work on things, right? That's why they like having joint practices, because, there's lots of different things that, whether it's a 2-minute drill or like this one, that you don't get an opportunity to see.
Cowboys 1st and 10 on the Hawks 48-yard line. Sam Howell in shotgun, looking to his right side, throwing to the flat, completion to the flat. Gonna pick up 4 yards. Smart decision by Sam Howell. The clock is not your friend. You get outside, try to save a timeout, but the clock keeps running there and hurry up. That's gonna bring up 2nd and 6. Sam Howell in shotgun. Hawks showing pressure to Sam's right side. We got a false start. Hold your water, big boys. I know that looks scary.
How about, did you see who made that tackle?
Offense number 67, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Who was it,
Dallas was elected to use their first timeout to avoid the 2-second runoff.
Sorry, Mr. Referee. Our guy Tyrese Knight again.
Once again.
Yeah, it was tight coverage, just an out route over on the sidelines, and they completed it, but he was just all over it, kind of like that other one we saw. He did everything but pick the ball off.
That's 6 penalties on Dallas today. Going to back them up. Going to ring up 2nd and 11. 55 seconds left in this half. Sam Howell with 3 pass catches to the left of him, running back up to the line of scrimmage, trying to help with this pressure being shown. Motion a receiver from left to right. 16 seconds left on the play clock. Sam Howell identifying the defense. Tyrese Knight shows blitz. He backs out. Ball is snapped. Looking towards the right side once again. Throwing to the sideline. Where you should in this situation. Ball is caught once again. Using the sideline as your friend. Just short of the first down. Going to be a pickup of 10 yards.
Tell you what, Howell has thrown some darts, man. He really has thrown some tight spirals there and feeding it in there.
All right, 3rd and 1. Sam Howell in shotgun hands the football off. Right up the A-gap. Going to be enough for a first down. Gain of 5 yards. We got a timeout on the field.
Tell you what, no giveaways. And do we have a penalty today? Yeah, we got a couple, but I mean, it's been pretty clean. But, you know, I thought coming into this season, they had a lot of momentum bump with the giveaways. I mean, they were 2nd worst in the league last year. They're one of 10 teams to win a Super Bowl with a negative turnover ratio. I think they were -3. But those last 4 games, they did not give the ball away. And so I think they kind of have that momentum, that mentality coming into this season, because those are huge.
Yeah, this has to be who they are at this point. You clean up on the offensive side. You got Sam Darnold, one of the best quarterbacks in this league, leading the league in turnovers. If he can just clean that up a little bit, 6 turnovers against the Rams alone.
Yeah.
You eliminate that, you're in good position.
Well, and then the defense kept them in that game.
Yeah.
You know, that's was very beneficial to Sam, but I'm happy to see them going into the offseason with 0 giveaways those last 4.
We got 1st and 10, Cowboys driving on Hawks 38-yard line. Sam in shotgun, dropping back, looking downfield. Bomb has a player. 2 Seahawks around. The ball is up. The ball is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the way you want to end the first half. Still time on the clock, a 39-yard gain for that touchdown. Got a little scuffle going on in the end zone.
Once again, man, I mean, I just don't know. You can't cover him any tighter. Gene Charles just was all over that one. And I guess tie goes to the offensive player, right?
It does.
It looked like both of them caught it. And it was just a really good throw by Howell.
Yeah, great throw. Receiver had a step on our guy. Who is that over there? We got Finley over the top at the safety spot.
And Gene Charles.
Gene Charles on the coverage.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to make a play. That's exactly what happened. You take a shot right before the half. That's what you're coached to do.
I feel like if that was Witherspoon, he'd come down with the ball.
He would have got that thing, huh? We got the extra point by Ivory. Extra point is up. And the extra point is good. Good use of timeouts by the Cowboys. Hawks use one on that drive as well, trying to set themselves up. They leave themselves 2 timeouts with 38 seconds. If you are Mike McDonald, if you are your offensive coordinator, Brian Fleury, you got to make something out of this. Try to make something out of this. It's preseason. Why not?
No, exactly. And that's, you know, something you get to work on. And, you know, a 2-minute drill. And, you know, that's something like, you always say that, you know, a lot of times these games go their own separate way and you don't get to work on certain things. So this is a great opportunity for them to, you know, see if they can do it efficiently and use their, we got timeouts left here. I think we got a couple. So, yeah, seeing Brian Fleury and how he is able to put together a winning drive here.
It's going to leave the Seahawks 38 seconds on the clock. They got 2 timeouts. Got Henderson back there as one of your returners. Rochelle as well. A big return here would be nice. I would expect Aubrey to try to squiv this thing, get a crazy little bounce on it, and make the returners use some skill.
Jay Harbaugh has just done such a great job with special teams. That bump last year, I don't remember a team that made more plays. Rabel and I were talking about that earlier on special teams, and you know, a lot of coaches give it lip service, but you know, they really work hard on it. And he did some interesting things, like having Brandon Peely run it down on kickoffs.
Aubrey kicks the football. We got Rochelle with the return on the 6-yard line. Crosses the 10, looking at the 20, trying to bounce outside. A little bit of daylight, breaks the tackle. He's going to go down around the 28-yard line. Not a bad return. You got 33 seconds and 2 timeouts to work. These are the situations you work on at practice against one of the best defenses in all the land. So let's see how these 2s and 3s do it here against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I wonder if the offensive players are like, after having played against that defense for a couple of weeks, like you kind of get the night off. I mean, they're so good. But yeah, what a great opportunity for Jalen Milroe and see what he can do. And also you want to look at his clock management and, you know, where they take their timeouts. And I think Mike McDonald's always done a good job with that.
We got 1st and 10. Hawks have the ball on their own 28-yard line. 33 seconds left in the hash. Ball is snapped. Murrell stepping up in the pocket. Has to avoid. Space on the outside. He's running across the 30 to the 40 to the 45. Steps out right before the 50. Those are the things a mobile quarterback can do for you. He says, Dave, I don't even work on running. I'm a quarterback, but he still has those legs. 20-yard pickup by your quarterback, Jalen Milroe.
Well, he just so elusive. And again, I mean, you're dropped back. Let's say you're 15 yards in a hook zone, and you see that guy take off. It's just, I mean, you're at the disadvantage. And not only, that's 4 runs now for him for 34 yards. And, you know, not only are you worried about the space and his speed and athleticism, but, you know, you got to factor in, like, how hard can I hit this guy? You know, and am I going to get a penalty here?
Love a big gain on 1st down. This is going to bring up 1st and 10. Hawks on 48-yard line. Miller in shotgun. Got a flag on the play. Looks like it might be a false start on the offense. Hate to see it after that big run.
False start. Offense number 19. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Another receiver.
Another receiver.
What we say about these receivers? 5th penalty on the Seahawks. Hate to see it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you're so far away from the ball. There's just no reason to do that. So, yeah, that's definitely, and that's one, you know, Mike, we see that he gets heated. You know, he's very old school. And, you know, when he gets pissed off, he's going to let you hear about it.
We got 1st and 15. Hawks have the ball on their 43-yard line. Motion to receiver from right to left. Balance formation. Milroe dropping back to pass. Pressure up the gut. Has to move once again. Trying to run another flag. Almost escapes a tackler. Once again, it's in the area of the big boys doing naughty things.
Yeah, that's offensive linemen. They cheat. Don't tell Big Ray I said
that. Got to grab you, man. They got to grab you. If you ain't grabbing, you ain't trying.
That's right.
Holding. Offense number 60. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
All right, so now in a regular situation, regular game, you're probably taking a knee here. You're running into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Why not take a shot? Preseason week 1, let it fly.
Absolutely, man. Try to create every opportunity you possibly can here. And there's the rookie getting the holding penalty, Bo Stevens. So, you know, he's welcome to the NFL.
We got 1st and 25. Hawks on their own 33-yard line. 3 pass catches in the tight end to the left side. Milroe drop back, looking left, pressure once again. White jerseys everywhere. He's going down. Sack. Not the way you want to end this half. Milroe looking like he is running for his life at this point. This O-line might be a big gas. That's the first sack. First sack for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was trying to be the pocket passer there. The legs weren't really an option on that one, and you know they're trying to give him as much work as they possibly can in that regard, and that's not really who he is. But you see that he's had a couple of where he stepped up in the pocket and delivered a strike.
So now we got 13 seconds, 1 timeout. I think we went from trying to drive and put 6 on the board to, okay, let's get in field goal range and see if Myers can hit one from 40 or 50.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of, I mean, I feel like if Milroe, I think everybody's going to be way back defensively, and if he can maybe make a couple of moves, maybe get in the open and pick up, 30, 40 yards.
2nd and 29, ball is snapped. Milroe pressure once again, throws the football to the flat to his tight end Arroyo. Arroyo trying to get out of bounds and stop that clock. Nope, they keep the clock running. But we got a timeout on the field and a penalty in the backfield once again. Sloppy way to end this second half.
Holding, offense number 73, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's not what you want to see. Logan Brown, he was the guy that came in late last year when they were when Abe Lucas was down. You had Josh Jones and he was a guy that fighting for a spot on this roster.
4 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 39. I have the perfect play for this. What is it? It's called take a knee. But they're not going to do that. We got Milroe in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left of him, single running back in the backfield. Cowboys that prevent defense. You just hand the football off here as opposed to George Holani gets another carry. That's going to take us to the half. I'm done. All right, except I have the halftime show. The Cowboys will get the ball to start the second half. But coming up, we got the Seahawks halftime report with me, myself, Michael Bumpus, Paul Moyer, Ray Roberts. We'll break down the first half and preview the second half and get these guys in here.
Nice job, Bump.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Dave. Appreciate you. Seahawks had some great moments in that first half. Milroe looked good at times. George Holani looked good. Second half coming up in a few. Halftime show first. Hawks down 10-7.
Welcome to the Seahawks Halftime Report. Now, here's your host, Michael Bumpus.
Back in my normal role, I'm Michael Bumpus with Paul Moyer and Ray Roberts. This is the halftime show. We saw some good, some bad, some indifferent. What do you make of that first half, Moyer?
Well, Steve, I thought you did a great job. Hey, Bump, good to see you. This preseason, I thought Milroe did some nice things. I thought he looked pretty comfortable throwing the ball. And the one thing they want him to do is just go make plays. Go be a football player. Stop trying to be just a pocket quarterback. Use every strength you can. So I thought that was good. Was focusing on Riley Mills. He's going to be a force. They had to double team him often. When he did get a single, he was getting pretty good penetration there. So, he's been what they've really talked about as well in this training camp. Other than that, man, it's training camp. I mean, it's preseason. It's hard to see who's playing well. You're trying to isolate on somebody else, and they're off the field. You get another guy, go, what number is that one? But, again, it's preseason. Just make sure no injuries.
Big Ray, the run game looked good at some points. You got George Holani at one point had 10 carries for 30-plus yards. We saw the zone that you're talking about, and I think in the pregame show, you emphasized that they will be running downhill. And I saw George Holani try to stretch it, wasted no time, and just got north-south.
Well, what he was saying is the run game looked pretty good. And, the one thing they were doing is I'm seeing a bunch of pull traps as well. Early success there. And, again, I'd love to get Price in there at some point, but it's nice to see Holani. I mean, he's a very dependable running back.
Yeah, he is. He's shown that, look, I'm good in the pass game. I'm good with pass coverage. Whatever you need a running back to do, he can do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the way the offensive line is playing because a lot of the guys up there look like they know what they're doing. Like, there's no hesitation. The tempo is good. The two guys I've been watching were Olu and Haynes. And Haynes, man, he looks all the part. He has the quickness off the ball. He has good hand placement, all that stuff. It's just a matter of whether or not he is going to have the strength and the power to be that right tackle, the right guard spot where they really like to – most teams are right-handed, so they run to the right a lot. So I think I got to watch that a little bit. And then I have seen how more physical the running game looks, too, getting the 1 foot in the ground, getting up the field, that kind of stuff. And I thought that Drew Lock played well, too, like running when he needed to run, getting out of the pocket, made a couple passes. So I was pretty pleased with the tempo and the confidence that the guys were playing with on offense.
A guy who impressed me defensively, who lost his job last year, Tyrese Knight, everywhere making plays. I saw him cover the slot. I saw him go and fill the gap. I like what 48 is doing.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He had 10 tackles the first half. And it wasn't one of those other 10 tackles downfield that are just secondary tackles. He was making plays in the passing game, obviously, and he made some good. I was watching him when I actually isolated on him, and it was one reason why I thought they drafted him is he has a really good feel, almost like a running back, on where the running back's going to, jump to a hole. And he was slow playing some things and then scraped off the edge. You know what? Because he's lost some favor last year. I thought he righted the ship for himself today.
All right, the first half is in the books. We're going to see some new names in the second half. More analysis coming up next here on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard-hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this. Now, let's see him in action. Look how he makes eye contact with his person. That's actually known as the treat stare. How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to when you checked on me? I don't want to leave. But remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range today. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
We are back at Lumen. The Hawks down 10-7 to your Cowboys. Let's look at the first half of some of these stats. George Halani, 12 carries for 42 yards. Milroe had a big run of 20. He's got 34 yards on the ground. Pass catch, you got Jake Bobo with 3 receptions for 13. Arroyo with 1. Callaway for 1. Foster with 1. Got Jones with 1 as well defensively. Tyrese Knight having himself a day. 10 tackles. O'Connell has 5. Tool has 5. Pritchard has 2. The halftime stats are brought to you by Lumen, the trusted network for AI. Fellas, I would usually say, what halftime adjustments are we going to make? What is the second half of week 1 of the preseason going to look like?
Well, they're going to rotate the quarterbacks every 2 series again in the third quarter, but middle of the third quarter, they're going to let Milroe take it the rest of the way. I think that, look, Brian Fleury, after the first touchdown, he didn't even bat an eye. No. There was literally no emotion. I think I'm curious if that's really his personality, or if he was just like, hey, everybody's watching me, not going to get too excited about this. But I was impressed with him. I mean, that first opening drive was about 16-play drive, for a touchdown. I like the way he mixed things up. He was very calm, got the plays in quickly. So I think that's as much as anything. The other thing is, look, this is preseason. We're usually talking about who is going to make it as a backup or potentially push for a starter. There's not a lot of opportunities, a lot from this team.
Yeah, I think, a lot of guys are playing for the ready squad, which is not a bad thing around here because you end up getting called up and getting opportunities to play. But I think in the second half, like Paul said, you're going to look for guys that are executing the game plan, techniques, hustle, like doing all those little things that can separate you from someone that's maybe not doing it. Running to the ball if you're an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, like that kind of finishing a drive, finishing the play. Those types of things are what you're looking for in the second half.
Honestly, I thought we saw a bit more from the offense that we were going to see. Saw a lot of motions, shifts, that split zone, play action. I hate when people say it's going to be real vanilla out there for preseason. I always tell them, well, they still got to run plays.
Right.
You're not just going to sit there and run a basic high school offense, but I like the variety in that offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a game plan, intricate blitzes and things, but I still got to run my offense, which I think is needed. And again, I hate to say, it's just one of those games, man. Just get out of here.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
No injuries.
Yeah.
I get these young guys. You want to give them every opportunity to make this team, but yeah, it's preseason.
And sometimes I think it's the setup for the setup. You know what I'm saying? You put something on tape that is just kind of vanilla to you, but people might look at it as something new, but you have a wrinkle that you're going to add to it in the season. So you could be just getting stuff on film for that, too.
Yeah. I forgot. Their play action was unbelievable. Yeah. They ran a couple play actions, and I looked over at B. Walton, and I go, oh, that would have got me. And so, yeah, that was some impressive play actions that, teams got to be ready for.
Yeah, it's for what it was good until the end. You start seeing all those flags and stuff, and you start being frustrated a little bit. You had an opportunity to go drive the football down the field, but it is what it is. That's what we expect here, week 1 of preseason. So we got a lot more to do when we come back. A full second half. Don't worry, I am gone. The voice is coming back. You guys got Rabel's going to serenade you with also Dave Wyman. All right, second half coming up. Hawks down 10-7.
Seahawks fans, the Safeway Shop and Score sweepstakes is back. Buy 5 participating items in a single transaction for a chance to win a 2026 Toyota Tacoma, a flyaway trip to a 2026 away game, groceries for a decade, and more. No purchase necessary. Ends on 1/5/27. Complete rules at Safeway.com/shopscore. Safeway has all your game day tailgate favorites, from fried chicken to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays. Shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, the official supermarket of the Seahawks.
Okay, Nick, you got this. Don't leave points at the pump. Every fill-up is a chance to score.
What's the play, Coach?
You're going to drive straight to 76. You're going to use the Fuel Forward app, and then you're just 8 gallons away from your chance to win a Seahawks VIP game day experience.
Got it, Coach.
Get in there. Clock's ticking. And don't forget me if you win, because you can take 3 friends.
I won't let you down.
Terms and conditions apply, so see the official rules at 76.com/Seahawks-rules. Now let's make something happen. Come on.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Over 50 years of funk and soul coming your way. Thursday, September 10th to Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. It's Tower of Power. Tower of Power, September 10th at Emerald Queen Casino. Always entertaining.
To the night responsibly.
Packed team buses, light rail and ferries. There are different routes to game day, but the destination is always the same. This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Seahawks.com today.
Welcome back to Seahawks football. Now, with the second half kickoff, here's Steve Rabel.
Back at Lumen Field, thanks Mike Bumpus for taking over. Second quarter, nice job, my friend. Working out a little play-by-play. Meantime, let's head to the sidelines. Jen, what do you hear from the coaches?
Well, it's more from our additional coaching staff on the sideline who were commenting earlier that the mechanics in and out of the huddle has been really good, meaning that they are decisive in getting to the huddle, in breaking the huddle. That's really impressive when you consider the number of new guys out there and the fact that you got a new offensive coordinator and a DC that doesn't typically call those plays. The one thing that all of the vets said, though, as they were coming off the field at halftime was those penalties have to get cleaned up. That is something that you can control, and there are easy ways to make sure that those do not come up. Meanwhile, I just talked to Jaron Reed, who doesn't look like he has smiled the entire game, Steve. And I said, it's okay. You look like the grumpy old man. And he goes, dude, we just want to win all of them, like every single one of them. And we've got it in our grasp right now.
Well, and he actually is a grumpy old man, if you know Jaron Reed.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too. When people say that to me, I'm like, well, that's because I am.
Well, and you know, the penalties, as Jen was saying, the players were talking about, that's exactly right. 7 penalties on the Seahawks in that first half, 6. And I thought Dallas had way more, but right there toward the end, a bunch of penalties on the Seahawks, especially holding, a couple of procedure calls. So let's forget all that, because there are 30 minutes left to play here with the Seahawks trailing the Cowboys by 3, 10-7. As we get set to start this second half, the Cowboys are going to get the ball to start as Jason Myers has it teed up at the 35. He's waiting to kick it away. Tonight's game presented by Muckleshoot Indian Tribe. Our Seattle heritage runs deep.
Steve, isn't it sort of like an unwritten rule that if you're a wide receiver, you don't jump off sides?
It's a written rule and an unwritten rule. It's both.
Both.
Yeah, and so you can't have any more of that. Jason Myers tees it up. He'll be kicking right to left to Phil Mata and Jaden Blue, the 2 deep men for Dallas. Here's the kick by Myers, end over end. Comes down to Blue at the 3-yard line. Across the 10, 15, 20. Looks for running room up the right side. He'll make that the left side, and the flag comes flying out at the end as he's dropped short of the 30-yard line. Let's see if this is going to push the Cowboys back. Officials have had a busy night tonight, calling penalties, 13 in total. Now we're about to have our 14th.
Legal block in the back, return team number 80. That ball, that will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down, Dallas.
Terry Killens has taken over. Terry Killens has taken over as referee, so he was on that call, and it was Trayshawn Holden with the block in the back. So now Joe Milton in at quarterback, and Dave, what an athlete this guy is. 6'5", 236 in his second year out of Tennessee.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the linebackers that are in there right now. But, yeah, it's always tough when you've got a guy that's that much of an athlete.
He starts under center, going to hand off on an end around to Anthony Smith, who goes from right to left and is dragged down just short of the first down. Maybe he actually, no, he didn't get there as he slides forward, but they'll mark him for a 9-yard gain at the 25-yard line. Your first half impressions, Jeffrey?
Well, I think, let's talk about Jalen Milroe. We got to see, it was like a little sizzle reel. We got to see some of the highlights. We got to see what Coach McDonald wanted him to do, which is, hey, I want him to run. If everyone's covered, they're not covering you. And then we also saw the problems with situational and pocket awareness. And, just not feeling them close in on him.
Milton hands the ball off straight ahead, diving forward for 3 yards. And a first down as one of the Seahawks players is slow to get up, but eventually he is helped to his feet.
Yeah, Jared Ivey was the guy that was slow to get up there, Rapes, and you see him playing with that club. That's really hard. I mean, you use your hands so much, and, for him to be, especially at defensive line, it's so much about your feet and hands, and so I admire him for hanging in there.
1st and 10, a little dump-off pass right side for the Cowboys, and stepping out of bounds in front of the Seahawks bench, actually getting knocked out of bounds, for that matter. Near the Seahawks bench is tight end Michael Trigg, a rookie out of Baylor. After that reception, he picks up 9 yards.
Yeah, the one thing that was encouraging, too, was the fans were seen to be in regular season form, and they were loud.
Yeah. They knew when to scream. They knew what to scream. They knew when to be quiet when we had the ball. And now looking at a 2nd down and 1 at his own 37. Joe Milton, and
you got trainers running on the field, or is that Mike?
No, it's the trainers. I think they're going to take
Ivy,
one of the players. I think it's Ivy. Yeah, Jared Ivy is going to come off field. He's been in on a couple of hits already, and they have quite an awareness now, especially for head injuries. And if they think somebody's even remotely dinged, as we used to say, they're going to come out of the game. So Ivy is out on a 2nd down and 1 at his own 37. Milton turns. Now that stops everything, and we're going to have a procedure call, I think.
Start offense. Number 70-yard. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
All right, that penalty goes against the Cowboys. Meantime, we have Sam Darnold standing by with our own Jen Mueller.
Well, Sam, you've gotten a chance to see how the offense is working, and with Brian Fleury calling it, what have you noticed in the first half?
Yeah, I think Fleury is doing a great job in our, our entire process and our operation, I feel like, has to continue to get better. Like, I feel like Jalen and Drew are doing a great job, but, it's all 11, just continuing to take the ball and do everything that they can to push the tempo, So I think, we got a lot of things to work on that way, but I love the way that our guys are playing, like with effort. They're executing at a high level as well.
He didn't complete pass that time to Camden Brown on the near sidelines, and a penalty against the Cowboys to boot. Going to back them up. Back to Sam.
One of the things coaches said is that you treat every rep as a rep. Doesn't matter what it is. So what are you getting out of these preseason games?
I'm getting a ton out of it. I mean, like you mentioned, like Brian Fleury being a first-time coordinator, just being able to hear his voice and see how he calls plays, how he's calling the wristband. Like, there's so many different facets to being an offensive coordinator, and there's a flow to it. So that's been really fun to be able to kind of understand the way that he does his process.
2nd down, 15 throw all the way across the field for a first down. It's Camden Brown, the rookie out of Georgia Southern. The crossing route thrown by Joe Milton from right to left, and a big completion. Milton, Dave, not known really as a pinpoint passer, but that was right on the money.
Well, and it was a great route also. So, yeah, but mostly what stood out was that he was able to sit back there and pat the ball, and he had plenty of time, so they're going to get some pressure.
A 21-yard gain, 1st and 10. We'll get back to Sam right after this play with Jen Mueller down on the sideline. Milton under center this time with an offset eye behind him. Seattle loads up the line of scrimmage. Here comes the rush. Milton on the throw near side. It's incomplete, in and out of the hands of Anthony Smith. Jen, back to you.
Last question, Sam. The news breaking earlier today that Devin Witherspoon gets his extension. What was the team reaction to that news?
Oh, it's incredible, man. It couldn't happen, an extension couldn't happen to a better person, a guy more deserving than Spoon. He puts so much work into this game and his craft, and he has so much energy, and the guys just love him. So it's awesome to see, Spoon get paid, and he's so, so deserving of it.
And it's great to get a chance to hear from you. Go enjoy the rest of this game from the sideline.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Milton's going to throw here on a 2nd down and 10, throwing left side for a 6-yard gain.
Not surprising to hear everybody pouring, accolades on Devin Witherspoon. Just the way he plays, his attitude, it's like he looks like a guy that never has a bad day, right? He just always super high energy.
And playing with that high energy without a contract. He never blinked. Was out there at really hard practices every day.
He is a very, very wealthy young man now, and he deserves every dime of that. 3rd down and 4. Seattle make that Dallas 5 of 7 on 3rd down. Empty backfield for Milton. Hits his back foot, fires downfield, and he's got a man and a catch. Anthony Smith takes it in Seahawks territory all the way down to the 26-yard line before he's ridden out of bounds. And right now, the Seahawks aren't getting quite enough pressure on Big Joe Milton, who stands back there at 6'5", and just surveys the field and is throwing darts, a 24-yard completion.
Well, and they're just rushing 4 right now, and that's what you want to do. You want to say, hey, see if these guys can win. And Mike talked about winning early, winning quickly at the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback just has way too much time back there. And they were able to get home with 4 last year.
Milton wants to throw again on 1st down. Now he's going to run the ball, pulls it down inside the 25, slips down at about the 23-yard line. At Tennessee, he was pretty good. He also played at Michigan for 3 seasons. Picks up 5 yards there.
That wasn't the most graceful, and he looked like he was drunk on that play and fell down.
Now, he has enough time to sit back in the pocket and mix a drink, so it makes sense. But that was the thing in Michigan, too. He was very athletic, but he was indecisive. And what we're seeing now, and hopefully let's talk about the evolution of Jalen Milroe, being able to know when to run, when to pass, when to get rid of the ball.
2nd down and 4 from the Seattle 21. The handoff going right side, inside the 15-yard line of the Hawks. Carrying the football, Malik Davis, 3rd-year player out of Florida. He picks up 7.
And to your point, Dave, with our starters, we were winning with 4. Yeah. But you see how, how special Big Cat and Jaron and Tank, it's not just any 4. It's those 4.
Yeah.
And even the backups, their backups who played the first quarter or so, they did a pretty good job, too. Handoff once again to Davis, this time over the left side, and he's inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line is where they'll spot it. An 8-yard gain, getting kind of knocked off the football right now up front and into the 2nd level for the Seahawks defense.
And now you've got rookies like Devin Eastern in there now, who's, has missed a lot of camp, and this is certainly his first game experience, and they like him, and he's a big body, but he's got to hold up against the run.
And also, that's going to be the toughest position on the team to crack into, right? With Jaron Reed and Leonard Williams, they got so much depth.
Chaz Surratt, one of the inside linebackers. Milton's going to pull it down, take off around the left side. He's not going to get there. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe, but he might just have enough for the 1st down as he runs around the left side. That's what he does best, but he's been winging the ball pretty well here in this 3rd quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Yeah, Dansby did a good job on that play.
Yeah. Michael Dansby
out on the edge there and did a really good job of keeping leverage and keeping his feet going and able to get him out of bounds.
He's a 7th rounder, but they really like him. They like how decisive he is. They like how he charges to the ball.
Timeout called on the Cowboys sidelines. They're not happy, or at least the offensive coordinator's not happy, who was calling the plays. They didn't get the play either in quickly enough or did not get the play called properly. And that's, again, something that every coach looks for, especially in a preseason football game. And Mike talked about it yesterday. And that is the execution of just getting the play, getting it called, and getting out of the huddle. That's really important when you're looking at that time that's ticking down quickly.
Yeah, I think they do a good job out at practice, though, of simulating a game. And so it's not like they're like, oh, well, let's just hold on here and we'll take our time or whatever. They do a good job, and then they have the big screen out there so players, you can go and get immediate feedback by looking at the screen and what you didn't do. And Mike spends a lot of time on the field talking to players rather than in the film room. It's more like right there on the field, what's our coaching point here, and let's get it done.
I've also heard him screaming, we're wasting time, we're wasting time.
Yeah. Yep.
Process is really important to him.
Dallas, 6 of 8 on 3rd down. The keeper by Milton, and looks like he has enough. If he just falls forward over his center at 6'5", he's going to get the first down and then some. So knocking at the door, it's going to be 1st down and goal after that 2-yard gain. They'll finally spot the ball at about the 2. So 1st and goal from the 2. We've got 8 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter with Dallas already up 10-7 over the Seahawks.
Good to see Jared Ivey back in there because he was in the tent, and he came off the field and mentioned he's playing with one hand entirely wrapped up.
13th play of the drive. Milton's going to throw a little alley-oop pass to the back corner of the end zone. A one-handed catch made, and it's a touchdown. Dallas Cowboys on the far side of the field.
Right over Dansby.
A great one-handed catch. Camden Brown, that's his 2nd touchdown. He has been quite a target for these Cowboys today, and he's one that's in that 3rd level, 3rd tier of receivers for the Cowboys looking to find a place on this team. He may be making one.
I feel like those gloves are ridiculously sticky now.
I could have caught one like that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, maybe not. But
you ran a 4.640.
It was a 4.35, but who's counting?
Okay, it was a 4.3520.
Wait a minute, you're supposed to be on my side. Brandon Aubrey with the PAT. It's up and good. 7:41 to play here in the 3rd quarter. I got no friends left in the booth. It's 17, not that I had any, 17-7 Cowboys over the Seahawks on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
or if that resume was from someone who
worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone.
Growing up where I did, a lot of things could have gotten in the way of my goals. But I learned to push through, and that's what I bring to work every day.
So maybe it's time we look beyond the resume and look to Grads of Life. Discover new ways to develop great talent that are so much more than what's on paper at gradsoflife.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What are all the things you witness online in a day? Cats playing piano, selfies on your feed, your friend's picture being turned into a nasty meme that's been shared 50 times, 51, 52. When someone's being bullied online, it's hard to know what to do. Now you can speak up with the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Quite the way for the Cowboys to come out and start this second half against the Seahawks. A 13-play, 84-yard drive, 7:19 off the clock, and Brown with the 2-yard, one-handed touchdown catch makes it 17-7 Dallas. Here in the third quarter, Aubrey will be kicking away for Dallas, and Rochelle and Henderson Jr. are deep. Emmanuel Henderson Jr., a sixth-round draft choice, wide receiver. And we'll get back to Jen Mueller down the sidelines after this kickoff and return. She's got the Seahawks' newest highly paid defensive back and most deserving. Here's the kick, a little pooch kick by Aubrey is going to bounce once at the 9, tipped up, and now Rochelle brings it out across the 10, 15, 20, and knocked down close to the 25-yard line. Jen, give our congratulations to Mr. Witherspoon.
Yes, we certainly will. Congratulations coming out from all of the 12s, but it's not exactly a day off for you. You're part of all of these conversations. What advice are you giving most often to these young guys?
You know, just continue to play ball, man. You know, stuff happens at the game. This is the pro level. This is the best of the best. You feel me? Don't lose your confidence out there, man. Just continue to play ball. Take it one time at a time. You know, just slow the game down for you and just see the big picture. It's going to give y'all the answers to the test.
Drew Lock is under center here at 1st and 10. Turn and hand off straight over the center in the middle of the offensive line for a short gain of 3 yards. Let's go back to Jen.
So the news today, you are going to be part of those conversations for a long time. What is the investment that the team made in you? What does that mean?
It means everything to me, you know. Have my guys back. We come out here, practice every day. We get better with each other every day. I know the work that we put in with each other every day, the way we bond every day. It's just like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of something like that? So, yes, of course, I know what's going on.
Bayless Jones is in the backfield. He ran the ball last time. Single setback behind Locke on 2nd down and 7 from his own 28. Locke is going to throw far side. Ball is caught at the 30-yard line. Make it the 33-yard line with forward motion. Let's go back to Spoon.
Yeah, he is cheering on the offense right now. Last question. What, if anything, changes in the way that you play the game, the way that you look at the game because of the contract extension?
Oh, no, nothing changes the way to play or how I look at it. Can't let that affect your game, man. It just means everything to me. It just seems like this organization values me. See how my teammates value me and everything like that. So, but nothing's going to change by the way I play the game. Like, I have a standard that I set for myself and for my teammates, and I got to get held to that standard. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is a high one. Thank you so much, Spoon. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the contract there.
On 3rd down and 3, Drew Lock unloads the ball deep up the left sideline and just barely overthrows Montori Foster Jr. He had outrun the defense, but he just couldn't quite outrun that football, and Lock kind of unhappy with himself as it's just a little bit long. But a nice effort by both those guys. It's going to bring up 4th down, however, at 6:19 to play. Montori Foster, he has been involved in a lot of what's going on good down there for the Seahawks today.
Yeah, we got a chance to, or I did anyway, got a chance to talk to his parents, and just a great kid. We interviewed him this week, and I was calling him a rookie during the interview, and he's really not. He was on the team briefly last year, but what a great kid, really good athlete, incredible basketball player as well.
An incredible punt by Michael Dixon that time, caught by Jonathan Mingo on the far side, out of bounds at the 16, 17-yard line. We are going to take a break. With 6:12 to play here in the third quarter, it's the Seahawks trailing the Cowboys 17-7 on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
It's Meals on Wheels. 1 in 6
6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
For the season at the Pro Shop. Shop for the latest gear from your favorite player jerseys to the just dropped sideline collection and more. Find your perfect fit at the Seahawks Pro Shop at the Landing in Renton and Lumen Field, or online now at Seahawks.com. After that 51-yard punt by Michael Dixon, Cowboys are going to start 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Continuing on at quarterback is Joe Milton. He's going to turn and hand the ball off. Malik Davis across the 20. They'll actually bring it back to the 20-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Let's pause 10 seconds. For station identification, for our stations to identify themselves on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
96.1, 580 The Game, KTMT 580 AM, and K241CA 96.1 FM Ashland.
2nd down and 7 at his own 20. Milton again turns, hands to Davis. This time he breaks through across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Seattle defense, young guys out there. They were out there for a long, long drive. A few moments ago, they're back on the field and give up a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, you know, Chaz Surratt on that play, he had a nice little swim move, but in the NFL, man, you got to make the corners tight. And if he would have really just put his foot in the ground and gone, instead of kind of rounding it off, he might have made a tackle for a loss. And that's just the difference between, you know, and he's been in the league for a little while, but that's the difference between a starter and a second or third stringer.
From the Cowboys 34, 1st and 10, Milton under center. Going to hand the ball off again. This time, nice play by the Seattle defense.
Jalen Gaines coming around the edge.
Yeah, they finally get there and make a play in the backfield instead of 6-7 yards downfield. A loss of 3.
And Jalen Gaines is the one who blocked the field goal a year ago to preserve a tie against Pete Carroll's then Raiders. They like him. They like him, and he's had a really good camp.
Good size, 6'3", 242 out of Illinois State.
If you would have asked me who blocked the field goal in the game last year, there's no chance I would have been able
That's
to.
why we have Jeff Schaefer.
You played a lot of football.
2nd down and 13. Milton drops
Jalen Gaines again.
Milton breaks a tackle. Now he's going to roll left. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete as he tried to hit his running back, Abanaconda, out at about the 40-yard line, threw the ball just a little bit behind him. How Milton wasn't tackled in the backfield, I have no idea.
But it was Gaines again who got around the edge and got a big paw on him. Milton's a big, strong guy.
As they like to say, Dave, you heard this a lot when you were playing. The defense is bowed up these last couple of plays. Let's see if they can get off the field here on 3rd down and 13.
They better. Mike McDonald's not going to be happy. That's still his defense out there they're running.
7 of 9 on 3rd downs of the Cowboys. From his own 31, Milton out of the shotgun with 3 receivers to the left side. And now there's a flag. I think he might have taken too long.
Delay game. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
That's the 10th penalty on the Cowboys today.
I wonder if there would be less penalties if they didn't use the word penalty and they called them oopsies. Gave it a cute name so that no one wanted to, did you make an oopsie today? People, no, I didn't make any oopsies. I just think people would make less, they would make less mistakes because they don't want to, did you make an oopsie? Did you get a boo-boo? Like, no one wants to have that after the game.
All right, somebody turn off Jeff's mic. 3rd down and 18.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Milton from the shotgun takes the snap. Quick pass, flare pass out to the left side. Ball is caught by Anthony Smith. Looks to get in behind some blocking on a wide receiver screen left side. He picked up 6, but not nearly enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. And on comes Brian Anger, the punter for the Cowboys.
How about that for a name?
Anger?
And it's wasted on a punter. I mean, that should be a linebacker name right there.
Yeah, no one wants to hear about it from a furious.
Yeah.
Rochelle is the deep man back at his own 20 for the Seahawks. As the Cowboys were waiting to get their 11th man on the field, somebody had obviously fallen asleep on the sidelines. So here's Anger. Flag is thrown.
Jeez.
High punt. Rochelle at his own 16 makes the catch, makes one man miss, turns upfield, makes a second man miss, bounces off the 3rd. Now he's got running room. Here he goes. Makes Anger miss, got some blocking. He's across the 40 and tracked down near the 30-yard line of the Cowboys. A terrific return. Let's see if it stands. If the penalty is on the Cowboys, it will. Rashad Rochelle, the rookie out of Indiana State, both the receiver, a kick returner that is, and running back. Let's see how this shakes out. I think it was against the Cowboys.
Legal formation. Kicking team. Number 45.
Great.
That penalty will be tacked on at the end of the run. 1st down, Seattle.
A 52-yard return by Rochelle. And we are going to take a break as the Seahawks now are in position to put more points on the board with 3:01 to play in the 3rd. Dallas leads 17-7 on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
There are many sounds in your daily life. Ones that make you smile. Ones that help you relax. And there are some sounds that can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you critical information about emergencies in your area. With updates from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Number 2, Drew Lock is going to continue on at quarterback, try to take advantage of that great Rochelle punt return of 52 yards. The ball is sitting at the Dallas 27-yard line. We've got 3:01 to play here in this third quarter. Locke, 5 of 9 for 23 yards and a touchdown so far today. He has a single setback behind him. 3 tight ends in the game. Single wide receiver is just on the wing. Ball is tossed. Velus Jones goes right side. Breaks a tackle, but is knocked out of bounds. Let's see if they give him any yardage at all. It was going to be close to no gain, and I think that's where it's going to stay. So good pursuit that time by the Dallas Cowboys. Going to be 2nd down and 10.
Nick Fournette back in town. Remember him and Luke Wilson?
Yeah.
And I swear that he told me they were roommates, and that he told us on our show that he saw a ghost.
What was that?
On Techno Tuesday?
What's that?
Remember Techno Tuesdays with them?
Yeah, that too. I mean, he was kind of a culture set.
2nd down throw by Locke, and he throws a dart on a slant route to the middle of the field. The ball is caught by guess who? Montori Foster Jr. for 15 yards and a 1st down.
He just keeps plays. Every opportunity he's had, he's made plays.
Dave, you talked to his parents prior to the game. They got to be so proud of this young man.
Oh, my gosh. And he's such a great young man, as you mentioned, and really easy to root for. Kind of reminds me of Doug Baldwin a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. Locke walks up to the line of scrimmage, tells his line something, now steps back. Velus Jones is lined up behind him. He gets the handoff straight ahead, runs into a wall. Can't break that tackle. Not a lot of push up front that time by his offensive line, maybe a half a yard.
So you're basically saying because I talked to his parents, he's had a really great game.
I don't think I said that. In fact,
sort of
his parents were a little annoyed that you were down there talking to him, frankly.
And they don't understand why you're taking credit.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't do a damn thing.
Gilliam on the tackle, by the way, for the Cowboys, makes it 2nd down and just about 10 at the 12-yard line of the Cowboys. 1:19 to play now in the quarter. Locke from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers near side. Here's a quick throw. It's Foster on the wide receiver screen. Boy, he gets stood up and planted at the 10. Not a very big guy, actually, but quick. A 3-yard gain. He's 6 feet, 188 pounds. Went to Michigan State. Smart kid, terrific athlete. He was a basketball player before he was a football player. And he's just shown that he can play this game at this level tonight.
Really good basketball player.
Yeah.
I mean, he possibly could have had a career there, but that's kind of what reminds me of Doug Baldwin. Kind of had like that Allen Iverson crossover move, the way he would shake people, and he's got some of that shake.
3rd down and 7 for Locke. At the 9-yard line of the Cowboys, he's looking left. He's going to throw left. Ball is caught, tapping his feet. Right before the sideline is Foster once again with another catch. That of 3 yards.
And he and his fellow Spartan, Cody White, I mean, they're really competing for that 6th wide receiver spot.
And they're both in the game at the same time right now. And they're going to go for it are the Seahawks on 4th down and 7 from the 9. So they can get a 1st down to the 2-yard line.
Well, you look at that receiver room. I mean, there's lots of choices there, right? Like how are you going to distribute the ball with number 1 JSN and then Cooper Kupp and all kinds of choices?
4th down, 4.5, Locke. And now I think they wanted to just take a look at things, and that was the end of the quarter. And so we're going to have 15 minutes to play when we come back. Cowboys leading by 10, 17-7.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks fans, ready for some football? But what happens when life tackles you too hard? Accidents can happen on and off the field. When they do, you need a strong team on your side. CZ Accident Attorneys are proud sponsors of the Seattle Seahawks and even prouder of our winning record in personal injury cases. At CZ, they make personal injury claims easy. Don't let an injury sideline your life. Call CZ Accident Attorneys today and get the justice you deserve.
T-Mobile is not only the largest and fastest 5G in the game, they're the best mobile network in America. Just another reason Seahawks fans choose T-Mobile. So if you're part of the 12s, you can keep up with all the action on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For Seahawks fans, game day is better with T-Mobile.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2026. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker, And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
True Fan Travel is now the proud fan travel partner for Seahawks road games. In October, we're heading to Denver. 3 nights downtown, Seahawks at Mile High. Then in November, we're taking over Las Vegas. 3 nights at Mandalay Bay, Seahawks at Allegiant Stadium. Every trip includes flights, hotels, transfers, game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate, pep rally, and alumni meet and greets. Dedicated trip hosts handle the details. Spots are limited. Book now at Seahawks.com/travel.
Normally, I think the Seahawks certainly would go for a field goal here, but this is preseason. You want to check out all of your play calls in situations like this. So 4th and 4 with the ball at the Cowboys 6 and 15 to play, down by 10. Seahawks are going to go for it. Drew Lock has White. In fact, he's got a couple of them in there, Ricky White and Cody White, along with Montori Foster as his wide receivers. But I am intrigued to see Elijah Arroyo in the game as well. He lines up on the right side, kind of winged as a third receiver. Boy, he's a big target down there in the red zone. Drew Lock out of the shotgun. Bayless Jones Jr. in the backfield. Drew has time. Drew steps away, almost gets clubbed. A flag is down. That might be a hold as Lock looked like he was going to snap his knee the way he got hit and backed away from it.
Holding. Offense, number 73. That penalty is declined. First down. Bounce.
That's Logan Brown. He's had a little bit of a difficult time with things this evening. He's had a couple of penalties called. We're going to get another timeout with 14:52 to play in the game, and the Cowboys take over 1st and 10, and they lead by 10.
On game day, we put everything on the line to protect our team. But there's one thing everybody needs to protect: our hearts. I'm Julian Love with the Seattle Seahawks. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S., but you can help lower your risks. That's why I've teamed up with Virginia Mason Franciscan Health to help you defend your heart. Get your blood pressure checked, know your numbers, move your body, and eat healthier. Because when it comes to your heart, every play matters. Learn how to defend your heart at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
If your network can't move massive workloads quickly, securely, and effortlessly across multiple clouds, then none of the AI in the world matters. We're here to simplify the complex infrastructure that makes AI work, because performance, reliability, and control aren't hype. They're your job. Start with the network built for what's next. Lumen, the trusted network for AI.
Well, we got great news. Football season is certainly back. It's Mike Salk here, and you can make the most of every game day at Washington's Four Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You know it's just 30 minutes from Seattle. You know you can enjoy luxurious accommodations, breathtaking Cascade views, elevated dining, and the new Hawks Peak Sports Bar and Grill with world-class entertainment and non-stop gaming excitement. It's all at Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Dave, what's up? I just won the Seahawks Scratch Game Day Suite experience from Washington's lottery that includes pregame field passes. I'm not sure that I'm ready, Gary. Bro, I've got you. On the sideline, up in the suite, I'll be there. You do that for me? Shoot, I'll even let you drive.
Fan like you've been there before. Play Seahawks Scratch for the chance to win $50K or a game day VIP suite experience.
Odds of winning any prize from Seahawks Scratch are 1 in 3.01. Odds of winning a second chance prize depend on the number of entries received. Must be 18 or older to purchase. Keep it fun. Know your limit. Visit wildlottery.com/Seahawks for full details.
Cowboys take over after the play by the Seahawks on 4th down ended up being a penalty. So the Cowboys have it 1st and 10 at their own 10. Seeing the Seahawks defense make this a 3 and out, or better still, take the ball away as Joe Milton, the 4th, continues at quarterback for the Cowboys, and he spreads the field. 4 wide receivers with a single running back. Milton wants to throw pump fakes. Looks right now he's going to pull it down and run. Being chased and get knocked off his feet at the 10-yard line. Chance Surratt gets there in a hurry to knock him down, but another flag is down. And again, kind of the expected here during the first preseason.
To the face offense, number 75. That's going to be half the distance to the goal, first down.
That's Shiaj Pete, a rookie. And as we used to say, you can tell a rookie, but you just can't tell him much. That's the 12th penalty in this game. But, Dave, you've mentioned this several times. These linemen don't know where their quarterback is, and all of a sudden, quarterback takes off, and they start to lose the guy they're blocking, and they reach out and grab a piece of jersey. So, 1st and 15 back at his own 5 now, as Milton has his heels on the goal line. He's going to hand the ball off. And straight ahead, breaking a tackle, fighting his way out across the 10 to about the 13-yard line, is Malik Davis, an 8-yard gain.
Now, speaking of rookies, on defense we're seeing Andre Fuller and Michael Dansby out there in the defensive backfield. One person we're sadly not seeing is Julian Neal, our third-round draft pick, who's just been injured and slow to catch on to the offense because he just hasn't had time to be on the field. And I'm hoping but it's a lot to learn.
It's really tough. A lot of important time missed when you're a rookie, especially in this defense. Milton with a toss. Coming to the near side is Malik Davis, and he gets wrapped up and thrown out of bounds for no gain. A couple of Seahawks over there.
Including Aiden Hubbard.
Yeah,
they really liked him. They signed him to a $265,000 contract as a undrafted free agent. They really out of Northwestern.
Aaron Smith as well, a youngster in his first year, another linebacker. They just signed him a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So he's in on that play. Dallas 7 of 10 on third down, looking at a 3rd down and 6 from his own 14. Milton from the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Stands, throws a slant. Ball is caught. First down. Nice coverage by another youngster they just signed recently. That's Jordan Washington, but still a 10-yard pickup. Nobody underneath that play, Dave, on a slant. And shouldn't somebody be sliding out there like from the linebacker spot?
Yeah. That would be very helpful. Try to get underneath that. And that's one of those, though, I mean, if the quarterback throws a perfect pass and the timing is on, it's really tough to defend.
Milton under center on 1st and 10. He's going to hand the ball off again. Running into a wall, bouncing off of it, and continuing on for a few more yards. Carrying that football is Abanaconda. He picks up 5. Israel Abanaconda went to Pitt. He's been 2 years with the Jets. Now he's here with the Dallas Cowboys looking to catch on as one of the running backs.
And, we're talking about the players on the field, but there was one very cool moment of players that aren't playing today. And it was, I'll do it after this play, but it was Coach taking time to tell us who wasn't going to be playing.
2nd down and 5 from his own 29. Play fake. Milton rolls to the right side. Dumps a pass off underneath. Ball is caught. Ball comes out. Fumble. And knocked out of bounds by a Dallas Cowboy who was trying to recover. That was Holden who knocked it out of bounds.
Surratt.
Was it Surratt with the hit?
Punch out there.
We were talking about that too, Dave.
Yeah.
How they teach punching that ball out. And nice job by Chaz, a veteran. Again, he knows what to do.
Yeah, and the key to it is you got to secure the tackle first. But, I was telling you guys, like, if I could take one skill set back in time to, like, when I played high school football, nobody did that. And, I guarantee you Surratt was aiming at the ball.
3rd down and 4. A little dump-off pass underneath. Ball is caught, and a sure tackle.
A.J. Finley.
Oh, bad.
Nice. Ball was dumped off to a backup tight end for the Cowboys, and Finley was right there to make the play on him for a loss of 3, and that's going to bring on the punt team for the Cowboys.
Right, and they like him. A year removed from a really bad injury to his knee here at FanFest, I believe, last year. But
that's right.
But
yeah, it was the mock game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's someone they really like, and he's really been coming on.
So Rochelle is deep again for the Seahawks. Remember, a 52-yard return the last time. This is high but short. Rochelle runs up on it, makes a fair catch with a Cowboy hanging all over him. And that's where the Seahawks will start 1st and 10 at just about their own 33-yard line. 11 minutes left to play in the game. Seattle, the backup guys have some work to do. They trail 17-7 on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got more food in our country than we know what to do with. Food at the grocery store and food in the vending machines, fast food, health food, and seafood. We've got so much food that anything people don't buy, we just throw out. Yet 17 million kids in America struggle with hunger. That ain't right. Luckily, the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks has volunteers gathering excess food and getting it to hungry kids. They're kind of like food angels. Yeah, I made that up. It's kind of catchy. Hello, people. This isn't rocket science. We could solve hunger today. To start, become a food angel yourself by supporting Feeding America in your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. That's a website. Duh. We can't do it without your help. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now, it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Hawks take over at their own 34, 1st and 10. We go down to the sidelines, Jen, with, again, one of our favorite guys.
He is indeed. When you've got a game like this, I mean, I know you guys have been practicing hard against each other, but what does this do for younger offensive linemen to solidify all of those drills?
I mean, I think it's, at least in my mind, it's just really kind of a chance to get out there and hit somebody else after you go against, like, super, super good players that we have on our defensive line. So I think it's a confidence builder if you do it the right way.
On a 1st and 10, Milroe in the game at quarterback. He's going to fire a dart, and the ball is dropped. He threw that one right on the money, and it's dropped out across the 45-yard line. Let's go back to Jen.
What is unique about the way the veterans on this team and that defensive line that you were just talking about? What's unique about their practice habits and the effort that they deliver?
I think they're guys that like to play defense, meaning that, like, they really like to run after the ball. They really like to get involved in the play. And they also, I mean, I think the cool thing about all the veterans and just our group in general is that everybody's kind of helping everybody and for everybody. So, you know, the young guys get to or are able to take, you know, advice and things from the veteran group and apply it, you know, especially coming from the opposite side of the ball. I think it's pretty important.
That was an incomplete pass. It brings up 3rd and 10. Last question for you, Abe. Jadarian Price mentioned that there was maybe some secret handshakes among the offensive linemen because of the continuity, because of how well you know each other. Is there any truth to this?
Yeah, of course. I mean, not everybody, but, like, you know, a couple of us have handshakes. I got one with AB and Jax, and, you know, I'm sure there'll probably be more to come this year. So, yeah, it'll be fun.
Ooh, that's something for me to watch on the sideline, Steve.
Milroe with a great throw to the far side. It's caught. And it's going to be, I think, I thought that was caught for a 1st down, and it was Foster who made the catch. He had a drop of just a moment ago, but they're going to say a 9-yard gain. And the Seahawks are going to go for it. When you got a guy like Jalen Milroe who rushed for 33 touchdowns at Alabama, you give him this opportunity. Seattle 0 for 1 on 4th down. Milroe's going to go under center. They get a good push at the line of scrimmage. He might just fall forward for that. Now a timeout is called.
Previous play on the further review.
Oh, they're going to check going to be a replay here. They're going to check. I thought it was a 1st down. I thought it was a poor spot, actually.
I think they heard your call and decided.
And, well, they should have, don't you think?
Yeah.
So Mike McDonald down on the sidelines, taking every opportunity to, again, make this as much like a game day and all the decisions that have to be made. So they will look at the replay here. We're going to wait to see if we're going to get a timeout while they look at this, and I think we are. So it was Montori Foster with the reception. And I think he had control of it. I think they're going to see this was a reception and a first down. But we'll find out after the timeout. We'll be right back on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Eating, working, living pain-free. These are a few of the things many of us take for granted. Yet for many United States military veterans, finding and affording oral health care is a challenge. Dental Lifeline Network is looking for dentists who can change this. Will you volunteer to help people like Richard, a U.S. Naval veteran who suffered severe PTSD after his service? He was left homeless for a period of time, and his oral and overall health are suffering. Because of congressional limitations, the VA can't provide the dental help he needs. Through our Will You See One Vet program, we focus on helping U.S. military veterans like Richard. Now we are seeking more general dentists and specialists to donate treatment to at least one veteran with special needs. When you volunteer with DLN's program to see one vet, we handle the details so you can focus on the care. If you are a dentist or know a dentist, please share this message and help us make a difference in the life of a veteran in need. Visit willyouseeonevet.org to learn more. That's willyouseeonevet.org.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Here's that song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today, here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray, cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
After review, the ruling on the field is that Seattle receiver who caught the ball and gained the first down. First down, Seattle.
Boy, the 12 is like it's mid-season form. They were on top of it. So Montori Foster makes that reception. It is a first down. He's now got 5 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. And this big first down and 10. Ball now at the Seattle 44. Seattle's going to have to get rolling here. 10.5 to play in the game and trailing by 10. As Milroe goes under center, single setback behind him. That's T.J. Harden. Slot to the far side. Milroe drops back, looks, gets hit, goes down.
And once again, we're seeing that pocket awareness, that situational awareness. You gotta read the room. Sometimes your wife doesn't want to hear about the fun night out you had with the boys. Just go to bed, throw the ball, live to play another down.
A loss of 9 on that. Yeah, just got to get the ball out of your hands somehow, some way, and that's what they've been working on so much in camp with Milroe. They know he can run the ball, but it's that reading, and if it's not there, let's go. Pull it down and run. So second down and 19 now, back at his 35. Harden empties out of the backfield to the right side. Milroe under pressure, now steps up, breaks a tackle. Now he's going to throw back inside. Ball is caught. Blasted just short of the 45-yard line is Nick Van Eck. The former Seahawk who went away and has been about everything else in the league has now come back to try to maybe finish his career with Seattle. That's a 10-yard gain.
And we got to see the good and the bad in the last play and then this play. He used his athleticism, his escapability, and kept the play alive.
That's about throwing across his body like that. I mean, that's a skill you really can't teach.
Slot to the near side. Tight end is winged on the left. Harden is now going to make it 3 receivers right side. Milroe, empty backfield. Takes the snap. Flag is down. Milroe, one look. He's running. Going to try to turn upfield. Can't get to the sticks. He does get out of bounds on the Seahawks sideline, the near sideline. Let's see what this penalty is all about.
Offsides. Offense, number 87, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty will be declined. It's going to be 4th down.
So So Montori Foster gets called for lining up in the neutral zone. And, you know, young guys, they make plays, and then sometimes they make mistakes. If you're the wideout, though, you have to be looking to the official on the sidelines to say if you're legal.
Yeah,
and they will tell you.
They'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, we've had 2 or 3 offside penalties, including Jake Bobo, from receivers. So it's just unacceptable.
Look at the spin on that ball.
Holden, the deep man, makes the catch at his own 3 on the Dixon punt. And coverage gets downfield and tackles him at about the 20-yard line. He actually outkicked his coverage there just a little bit. What a beautiful kick, though, it was by Dixon. And so, Cowboys will take over with a 10-point lead, and we'll be back.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
VCU knows 12s love to get loud. You dress loud, talk loud, play loud. And when you're fired up, you let the world hear about it. That's why VCU's here to help you pay loud and keep more money in your pocket with the official debit card of the Seattle Seahawks. Get great rates and low fees. Join today at vcu.org/Seahawks. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is it. These are the nights where every spin, every hand, every bleed unmatched. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey Seahawks fans, this is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Do you suffer from heartburn? Did you know that chronic heartburn can be a symptom of something more serious going on in your body? Many people can lessen heartburn symptoms by modifying their diet, exercise, and weight loss. However, if symptoms persist, it is best to consult your doctor as soon as you can. Find a doctor today and schedule your appointment at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
Were gone, a few things happened, not the least of which there was a penalty against the Cowboys on that punt, and after it was marked off, it made it 4th down and 3, so the Seahawks lined up ready to go for it and try to pick up that 3 yards, and then they had a penalty. One of the offensive linemen rocked in his stance, and so the Seahawks are back on the field. Michael Dixon is to punt the ball away again to Holden. And so we're right back to where we were just a couple minutes ago before the commercial. Here is the punt, end over end. Another flag is down. Holden watches it bounce down at the 1. It's on the ground. The Seahawks have a shot at it, and the Seahawks are going to come up with the ball as Holden could not recover. The special teams do it again. There's a flag down, however, and there are half a dozen Seahawks defenders with no shoulder pads on the field, liable to get a penalty. And as Mike said before the game, I want to see penalties for celebration and guys running on the field, because that means we're doing something good, and that's exactly what that was.
That all starts with Michael Dixon and the spin he put on that and how it just dropped and stayed at the 1-yard line. That was insane.
Recovered by T.J. Harden after it was muffed back there near the goal line. And the officials, again, they're having a conference on this. Let's see what they have to say about the flag.
Ruling on the field was that the Cowboys touched the ball, Seattle recovered. We have Holden on a receiving team, 31. That penalty was declined. 1st down, Seattle.
Well, taking us a little while to get through the explanation, but we got it.
Right before that play, I was going to say to you guys, how much you want to bet that there's a penalty on this play?
Well,
by the way, there were so many penalties that we didn't get called for celebration.
Yeah, that's right. 1st and goal from the 5. Milroe goes under center now with high backs behind him. The toss comes near side. Breaking one tackle in the backfield, getting the edge, and almost getting in was Justin Jones, a 4-yard gain. The youngster in there, the rookie out of Auburn. another one just signed in the last week or so for the Seahawks, as he almost was able to turn that corner for 6. Brings up 2nd and goal now from the 2.
And we watched him in camp. He's only been there a few days, but he's been running with intent. It was noticeable in camp.
And he's a pretty good-sized kid, 6 feet, over 210 pounds.
Running an old-school toss there.
Yeah.
It's like student body right.
Now T.J. Harden back in at tailback. A lead blocker in front. Harden this time goes for the corner, and he can't get there. Picks up a yard.
Brock Lampy, who is a fullback, just laid out the outside backer there.
Well, with Oots on the outs, Lampy's lighting the way.
Yeah. God.
You know what?
What?
At Hard Knocks shoots 300 hours for 1 hour of footage. That's my batting average with jokes.
And listen, that might get on the air this week. I-backs again on 3rd down and goal, and just nowhere to go for Harden as he pushes toward the goal line. But they were trying to go right over center, and I mean everything was stacked up. And Mike says, let's go for it. Here come the other receivers. They split receivers instead of tight ends. Henderson and Foster come on. The tight ends, Callerup and company, come off.
Be nice to see Milrose stress this defense here and get it in.
Spread these guys
out
on
the edge.
Yeah.
What Schaefer's doing with these jokes, Rich, he's trying to get us on Hard Knocks.
Well,
I'm working.
He's going to get us there.
I'm not sure. Seattle is 0 for 1 on 4th down. Milroe looks. Milroe gets hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle. Now he tries to scramble. Now he goes down. Back at the 16-yard line. That was a 4th down. The Cowboys just nowhere for Milroe to go with the ball. And so they turn it back over to the Cowboys with 6:32 to play in the game. And Seattle trailing by 10, 17-7. And so kind of a lesson that we're seeing here in this end of the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter is that the youngsters on the offensive line, once you get up against guys in the other jersey and see how fast they are, it's tough for offensive linemen in this game, and they're kind of learning on the run here tonight.
Especially 73 Logan Brown, who's been so good in camp and was really pushing, I think, Amari Kite for a tackle position. He has not covered himself in glory today.
Well, and then it's also, a different skill set blocking for Jalen Milroe, not knowing where he's going to go and his style and everything. And the other thing I'm seeing with Milroe, real quick, Rich, is that he's not keeping his eyes downfield when he starts to scramble.
Carol G is bringing her Viando Por El Mundo tour to Lumen Field on August 26th. I apologize, Carol. Don't miss the global superstar performing her biggest hits live in Seattle with special guest Becky G. Nobody's got last names here. 2 icons, 1 stage, an experience you don't want to miss. Tickets are selling fast. Secure yours today at lumenfield.com.
2 icons, 1 stage, no last name. That's the tour poster.
Oh, very good. See, I'm smarter than I kind of thought I was.
Even a broken watch.
Twice a day, yes. Back to our conversation. The guys who you kind of think, and then maybe sometimes the guys that you don't see show well in practice, come out here in the games and make big play after big play, or at least sustain what they're doing. And on the offensive line, it's tough to tell until you get back in the meetings afterwards. Tomorrow they'll look at it, and they'll see a lot of things that they'd like to do better.
Yeah, I remember I was one of those guys that I had to look at the film to see what happened. It was like everything happened so quick. I was like, oh, I did that. Oh, that sucked. I couldn't remember it. Now at least they have pads down on the sidelines. You can see, oh, okay, this is what you can look at photos. You can't look at video, right? But you can look at the photos, and it's really helpful. But yeah, this game's really been kind of a mess.
In the second half,
the penalties.
And when we saw our seconds are better than their seconds, we saw that. That's how the game started. Nice drive, touchdown pass. Yeah. But it has kind of devolved, as you expect preseason games to go. I'll tell you, back in the day, back in the 70s, we'd come in at halftime. Jerry Romo, offensive coordinator, would hand out Polaroid pictures. Here was the formation on this particular play. That's what we looked at. That was the technology then. From the booth, a Polaroid picture. So we're like 1,000 miles away from this Polaroid camera. But that was the technology then. There have been 21 combined penalties tonight. So that's something that neither coach wants to see, and that's something that is not an effort thing. That's something that's very correctable, and the ball bounces out of the quarterback's hands here. He picks it up and hands it off to Abanaconda, and he goes over the left side and picks up 8 yards. And I think Mike is going to want to look as well at this. The third group of defenders have been giving up way too much yardage, especially between the defensive ends. They run pretty well inside, have the Cowboys.
You know, just one thing I was talking about earlier with Mike, and when we were in that meeting, he said, you know, the starters aren't playing, and he said Ty Okada and Drake Thomas aren't playing today. And he goes, think about that. These guys were fighting for their team lives in the third preseason game last year, and now they're resting with the starters. I thought it was amazing that he wanted to tell us how cool that was.
And there will probably be a young defender or two in that same boat. Here's a nice play by the Seattle defense, stopping the Cowboys on that run at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2, and maybe a little bit of shoving as they try to pull people off the ball. Jones in on the tackle, among others, for the Seahawks. Again, another young defender looking to make a place on this team.
Yeah, Maxim Hook also making a play there. So, yeah, we're getting deep into the roster here.
Timeout called on the field as Dallas is going to be looking at a 3rd and 2. They're 8 of 12 on 3rd downs. Remember, that was one of the calling cards of this Seahawks defense. I know we're not going to keep looking back and seeing what they did a year ago because, you know, they're the Super Bowl champs and all, but they did a really good job defending against 3rd down, along with holding rushers. No 100-yard rushers for, 26 straight games.
26 straight.
Just an amazing record by the Seahawks defense. So, you know, these guys with the scheme are capable of doing that.
And what was so amazing about that scheme, it was a light box and light personnel, and they were still doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've got the human cheat code, Nick Manwari.
Right.
And, you know, they're hoping that Bud Clark can fill in that. D'Anthony Bell, you know, has been doing that right now in practice.
Yeah.
But there's only one unicorn.
And, you know, Bud Clark, he's played well. Eventually, I think he may end up being a deeper safety. He just doesn't have as much ballast as Eamon Morey does. So here, 3rd down and 2. See if the Seahawks can stop him. Throw inside, reaching up, making the catch. A leaping reception. A flag is thrown as well. Ball is caught by Jordan Hudson, rookie out of SMU.
A flag is thrown because it was a play.
That's right.
Exactly.
Legal hands to the face. Defense, number 33. That penalty will be declined.
Washington out of Stanford.
First down.
You know, that's one.
That was not a dig at you, Dave.
No, I was good, but I was going to say, you know, we've seen this out of Stanford players before. Hands to the face, grabbing jerseys. I'm sorry, Dave, what school did you go to? I forgot.
Bunch of cheaters. I went to Georgia Tech.
1st and 10, Cowboys at their own 28-yard line. Joe Milton back to the shotgun with a slot to the near side and throwing a little flare pass, breaking a tackle, heading upfield, one of their many wide receivers. This is Tyler Johnson. I'll tell you what, when I was putting my spotting board together, Dallas has one wide receiver that's under 6'1". They're all 6'2", 6'3", 6'5". They're huge. They're big-bodied, and breaking a tackle there for 14 yards and a 1st down. So a timeout called. That's Seattle has that called timeout with 5:10 left to play in the game.
Well, I'll say this. We talked about it being a sloppy, sort of game today, but there'll be lots of coaching points, right? So, and they've gotten in, a number of situations that you want to get into, like short yardage, 4th down, 2-minute drill, those kinds of things. So I think there will be lots of coaching opportunities.
You know what we really hope to? These two teams are going to face off again in December here at Lumen Field on Monday Night Football. And we're praying to the heavens that everybody stays healthy, because if they do, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, they're all going to be coming to town to take on the Seahawks and that starting defense. Williams, Murphy, Reed, Chenna, D-Law. What a matchup that's going to be. 1st and 10 at his own 42. Milton drops back 5. Now he's going to scramble, going to dump it off underneath. Ball is dropped. by DJ Rogers, who, by the way, is from around here. He's a rookie, went to TCU, but he went to Eastside Catholic.
By the way, talking about our first team and the coaches on the field, as Jen was saying, there's no complacency with them. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, even from the start of camp, they all passed their physical on that first day, that conditioning test. Yeah. Did you guys have to take that?
No, but we were not in shape anyway. The coaches knew.
I took one at Dino's. They said I passed it, but I don't remember.
Rabel's test was how fast can you smoke a pack of cigarettes?
There you go, and chug a six-pack. Out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. So the Cowboys just kind of running this thing down. The Hawks have one timeout left. Dallas has a couple, and they lead by 10. We've got 5:02, another timeout called. So Mike is using the timeouts up early here.
I'll tell you what, a guy that's been flying around, and you really notice him, Chaz Surratt. And, you know, it was kind of a good day for the linebackers because we saw Tyrese Knight have just a number of tackles. Chaz Surratt with 6 tackles so far, and he just looks different out there. It's kind of like when you watch Spoon play. I mean, there's just something different about the way he gets to the ball, the urgency, how quick he is. I'd say Julian Love falls into that same conversation, but Surratt, a really good special team player, played with the 49ers, and, you know, he's a guy that was on the roster, good special team guy last year, and he showed up a couple of times, not necessarily in, you know, stats, although he did have 6 tackles, but he has really been flying around the field.
He's one of those guys that you could trust putting in there on defense if you had an injury, but he's also a guy you love to have on special teams as well. So here are the Cowboys with a 3rd down and 5, and the ball at their own 47-yard line. Milton from the shotgun wants to throw. He does a quick screen, wide receiver far side, and the catch is made and running for a 1st down. And they have done that a lot, have the Cowboys, and the Seahawks haven't stopped it yet. It was Tyler Johnson again, who looks like a big running back once he gets the ball in his hands. A 12-yard gain there.
Right over the fingernail of Marvin Johnson. Just almost got it, but yeah, we're getting screened to death here.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 42. The Seahawks can't stop the clock anymore. So 4:30 left to play in the game. Milton under center this time. He's going to hand the ball off. Looking for some running room, starting right, bouncing left, and drawing a crowd. And it takes a crowd to bring down Abanaconda. But he picks up 6 yards. Clock is going to continue to move. Truth be told, the guys that are standing on the sidelines with no shoulder pads on, all the starters, the first teamers, they would love to be out there on the field right now playing. Maybe not this late in the game, but they would love to be playing because that's what they do. And who knows when they're really going to get any serious playing time before the opening game against the Patriots here on September 6th.
That first team, it's a whole bunch of I love you, I don't want to see you. Like, don't want to risk injury.
And I beg your pardon, it's September 9th. It's already early enough. September 9th, Wednesday. A timeout called now.
Yeah, I remember the last, when you were a starter, the last preseason game. Rabe, you played when there was 6 preseason games, right?
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. But I just remember the last one, you go out for a quarter, and then, you know, you get to take the pads off, and the backups go out there. And that was always a really good feeling, kind of a rite of passage that, you know, okay, I'm a starter, I get to take the pads off and watch the younger guys and cheer them on. But
well, that was you. I kept the pads on. In fact, they had me keep them on all the way back home. They get on the bus with them. You just let's go.
I don't know why you wore them out to the bar.
Well, listen, protection, among other things, and I didn't want people to recognize me. That's why I kept my jersey on.
Yeah, that's not your way. Well, I will tell you, the one thing with all the continuity on this team and having so many starters back on both sides of the ball is that a lot of times in those first games of the regular season, they look like preseason games. Our team is not going to look that way.
Yeah, they'll be ready to go. But we're seeing preseason game here as Milton goes under center with an offset eye behind him. Handoff, looking for some running room, finding a little bit. A couple of guys in on the tackle, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down. That was Abanaconda again on the carry. He picks up 4.
Jalen Gaines flashing again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
really
has.
coming around that edge quick and got to the backfield.
So actually it wasn't quite enough. They finally spot the ball, and it's about 6 inches for a 1st down. Clock continues to move, coming up on 3:15 to play in the game. Cowboys break the huddle. Milton goes under center. Again, the offset eye, and he gets the push on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to have a first down. And that will probably do it, as the Cowboys can basically now, from here on out, almost here on out, take a knee, slow walk this thing, and go back to Dallas with a 17-7 win at this rate. Although I wonder if they go back. They still have their camp in California,
Oxnard.
Right? So will they go back to? They still in camp, I suppose.
They're still at Oxnard.
So they'll go back to Cali and finish out camp, and then head back to Dallas for their preseason games. Milton from the shotgun. Motion across the formation is Johnson, the wide out. Here's the handoff straight ahead, and busting through one more time is Abanaconda. A 9-yard gain.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw a play like that last year where Ernest Jones didn't stop it for maybe a 3-yard gain. Guy just made tackle after tackle. And what a great leader. What a great man. He is really just so instrumental in this defense.
Have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. Cowboys have the ball in Seattle territory with a 10-point lead, and we'll be back.
Well, we got great news. Football season is certainly back. It's Mike Salk here, and you can make the most of every game day at Washington's Four Diamond Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You know it's just 30 minutes from Seattle. You know you can enjoy luxurious accommodations, breathtaking Cascade views, elevated dining, and the new Hawks Peak Sports Bar and Grill with world-class entertainment and non-stop gaming excitement. It's all at Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
T-Mobile is not only the largest and fastest 5G in the game, they're the best mobile network in America. Just another reason Seahawks fans choose T-Mobile. So if you're part of the 12s, you can keep up with all the action on the road, overseas, and even off the grid. For Seahawks fans, game day is better with T-Mobile.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data 1H 2026. See details at tmobile.com.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Every jersey tells a story.
So many people dressed in Seahawks blue.
From unforgettable touchdowns.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Jackson Smith-Njigba, Johnny on the spot.
To game-changing hits.
He gets hit again. Leonard Williams drags him down.
To memorable catches.
Jordan drops back to pass in the end zone to Largent. Touchdown, Seahawks!
History lives in every thread. Shop official Seahawks jerseys in-store at Lumen Field, The Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/ProShop.
That one got me.
Coming up on the Seahawks postgame show, Michael Bumpus, Paul Moyer, Ray Roberts, Brian Walters. They're going to break down this one for you. You'll also hear from the coach, Mike McDonald. Jen Mueller's going to talk to Seahawks players. It's all coming up after the game, which is now 2 minutes away from being in the record books.
Drone over the bowl. We have both teams go to their sideline, please.
I'll tell you what, I would be happy if we didn't hear from the referees the rest of the night.
Well, you know what? We're going to get a pause in the game. While we have that, let's pause 10 seconds to give our network stations a chance to identify themselves here on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
96.1, 580 The Game, KTMT 580 AM, and K241CA 96.1 FM Ashland.
Did he say what I thought he said? It sounded like he said there was a drone over the bowl. Is that what he said? And that they were going to clear the players off the field.
The drone oddly was going to drop a flag.
Second down and 1. A quarterback sneak by Joe Milton, the fourth. And he, along with the third, second, and first, could have picked up that first down. He picks up 2. Now we're inside of 145 and counting, and now it's kneel down time, I expect, unless Brian Schottenheimer on the far sideline still wants to get these guys a couple of more game-type situations to go for the score.
I would be surprised because,
I would too, actually.
I mean, if you get a guy hurt in a situation like this.
And frankly, that's not Schotty either.
Yeah.
Schotty is one of the really nice guys, one of the good guys in the game. And here they come lining up in that victory formation, and Milton takes a knee on 1st and 10. The clock is going to tick down. And so the Seahawks are going to head back to camp. Still 2 preseason games to go. Heading out to Tennessee, where they're going to get a chance to practice against and then play the Tennessee Titans. And Dave, the expectation is starters don't play in that one either, because they get most of the work in those one-on-ones in those mixed practices.
Yeah, and those are great. I mean, you get so much more out of those than a preseason game, just because the coaches will get together and go, hey, let's work on short yardage. We'd like to work on our short yardage offense, your defense, whatever. And, a lot of times you don't get, there's situations, although there were a lot of different situations in this game for sure. But, I think Mike's probably going to be a little bit irritated by the sloppiness that you saw out of the team tonight.
I thought for a moment that they were going to have to take one more knee, but they're not, as the clock is ticking down now, and it's down to 15 seconds. All the players and coaches head to midfield. They're going to hug it up. Maybe not hug it so much in December when we'll see these two teams play each other again. But a great start to the preseason, at least the first quarter and a half for the Seahawks. Dallas comes back and wins this one by 10, 17-7 over the Hawks tonight here at Lumen Field. Now it's going to be on the road for 2 to Tennessee next week, the following Friday night in Kansas City, and then it gets started for real as the Seahawks will welcome in the Patriots in the rematch of Super Bowl 60 right here at Lumen Field to open the 2026 season, and that will be something to behold. Gentlemen, it's been great. Jeffrey, it's been terrific having you with us again.
It's been so much fun. The preseason is my postseason, but as we said in the league, there are many things a man can do with his time. This is better than those things. I had a blast with you guys.
Yeah.
It's always great. Come see us on the road, here at home. The best to your wife, Jackie, and we'll see you again many times, I'm sure, during the course of the season. And Dave, as always.
That was great.
Yep, thank you, bud.
I thought the second quarter was particularly really good.
When I was gone? Yeah, thanks. And thanks to Mike Bumpus for filling in here and doing the second quarter.
Bump did a great job.
He did.
Yeah.
Do the play-by-play.
And if you can just email me some jokes, I'd really appreciate it, Chief.
Yeah.
All right.
You paid for the subscription. I should actually honor it.
Well, there you go. Tonight's final score, the Cowboys 17, the Seahawks 7. You've been listening to the Columbia Bank Radio Network. We want to thank our crew. Riley Michael on stats. Yet again, this is your 40th year doing stats, I think, Riles. Thank you. Brady Robick and Nick Neihart. Studio coordinators, our engineer, Brenna Rogers, who's back for her second season. Way to go, Brenna. Our producer, Eric Granstrom. It's his birthday. He comes over from Eastern Washington to produce for us, and he's over there on the air. You can hear him all the time in Wenatchee and the Inland Empire. So thanks, Eric. Our executive producer of Seahawks Radio is NASA Chobe, and the Seahawks director of broadcasting, who's working TV because he's big time in this tonight, is Brian O'Connell. Seahawks hit the road, as we mentioned, for their second preseason game next Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. Seahawks pregame show begins at 3 p.m. Pacific. Coming up next, you'll hear from Coach McDonald and his players in the Seahawks postgame show. Once again, our final preseason game number 1. It's the Cowboys 17, the Seahawks 7. For Jen Mueller, Jeff Schaefer, and Dave Wyman, I'm Steve Rabel. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you next week from Nashville.
Seahawks football has been brought to you by Lumen, the trusted network for AI. Beacon Plumbing. Stop freaking, call Beacon. And Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Seahawks official medical services provider. Stay tuned. You'll hear from Coach McDonald and the Seahawks players on the Seahawks postgame show next.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks fans, ready for some football? But what happens when life tackles you too hard? Accidents can happen on and off the field. When they do, you need a strong team on your side. CZ Accident Attorneys are proud sponsors of the Seattle Seahawks and even prouder of our winning record in personal injury cases. At CZ, they make personal injury claims easy. Don't let an injury sideline your life. Call CZ Accident Attorneys today and get the justice you deserve.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at AmFam.